Wow. Hello. Okay. I might have forgotten how to use OBS. It's been way. Oh, am I too loud? Oh no. Well, you know what? It's fine. It's been too loud. Everything's everywhere. Everything. You know. Give me 1 second. I have like drinks or like a beer from from the airport. I'm gonna open it so I can have a nice chill time as I talk about my Japan trip. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, my Japan trip. I should also what is it? Tweet? Is that what I'm supposed to do? I should. Uh, Before I start this, I need to get into like habits and stuff. I also do need to art. Okay, look, my Twitter is full of art. So like whenever I open Twitter, I get nice art of like characters. Normally it's a lot of Genshin, but now it's like different stuff too. I have also learned from being on this trip, when I film with my phone, sometimes you think you need like a whatchamacallit, you need like a sometimes you think you need like a mic. But I realized half the time I stopped talking into like earpiece or microphone, and I just like screamed. I tried to stick my face closer to my phone when I record videos, because I don't have videos. I don't know how to put videos into this slideshow, but I did do a little TikTok. Yes, I'm using TikTok now for fun. For fun. I don't normally use TikTok, but I just wanted to have a place to record all of my Japan trip stuff, if that makes sense. Because I've been to Japan before the pandemic. And that's the first time I've gone overseas since the pandemic. And I was like, okay, you know what? Normally I don't really record, or I don't really take logs of what's happening. And you take photos, but like photos and videos can kind of tell the story a bit better, right? So I actually filmed the whole trip, which was like what, three weeks, which I'm slowly editing it, and I decided I don't need to put so much effort into editing it, like, so I use TikTok, I use what's it called, CapCut, and it's why all the photos you see in this log, they're all in a 9x16, right? They're all like they're all vertical, because most of the photos here are from my videos, but they're like screenshots of my videos, and then I'm just like putting them into a little slideshow for you. This slideshow, okay, I aim to be able to talk about my trip, or like a summary of my trip, in like, I don't know, 2 hours. I think 2 hours is realistic, right? Normally I'm playing games and I don't really just talk. So I don't know how this will go. We'll see how it goes. I'm basically talking to myself for like 2 hours. Is this how like YouTubers feel when they just talk to themselves when like normally? Because I guess I got like a little bit of that when I'm on my trip. Cause I think people think I'm crazy. Sometimes I'm just talking to my phone to record audio because I wanted to put it out on TikTok, right? Hello UI, how are you? How is your job? The last time I heard from you, I think you were getting ready for a new job. You were like doing some outfit fitting thingamajig. Yeah, I am drinking like a little blanc here with me. It's a little beer. Yeah, good? Nice. How is life? I just came back from Japan. You can tell I'm having my little report. This report took a little bit to put together. I basically spent like half a day doing this. I think it's because I have to go through so much footage to like pull out a little bit of content, or like a little bit of photos. And you know what? If you want like a generic, or like not pictures, you want to see videos, I do have it. I'm not gonna do like YouTube video, like the whole 16:9 20-minute video vlog. What I'm doing for my trip, at least, is I'm putting it in TikTok which I should probably link it in Twitch, which I haven't done. I can do it after the stream, but I did send, I think, the link to the Discord. I have not. Well, there's no face reveal, but you guys get to see my hands, cause you know I can't. I'm still shy. I don't want to show my face, but like I don't care if you see my hands or my legs. Okay. But yeah, I'm like if I think in general. Oh no, I think this beer is making me burp now. You quit the new job since you're relocating to another city in January, but you'll be focusing on your studies more. Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, I think that's like for at least in Singapore, right? So like in a Asian country. Okay, I don't know about other Asian countries, but Singapore, normally most people study all the way and they don't work, and then they work after they're done with their studies. So to me, actually, it kind of sounds kind of normal. Okay, wait, let me move. Nande. You know, after going to Japan, I realized my Japanese is really bad. I need to learn how to speak a little bit better. So that's a goal for next year, to speak Japanese a bit better. I want to increase chat. Let's chat. It's really small. I didn't realize how small it is. Can I? Wah! Wait. You know what? I'm gonna put chat here. Chat's gonna be on the. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why can't I move this? Wait, why is it? Wait, why is it like this? Wait a minute. Why is it there? Wait, what? I don't understand. Chat box, what are you doing? Wait, what's happening? It's been too long since I've used OBS. Wait, why is it not letting me move this thing? Chat. Wait, it disappeared. Wait. I don't know why it's doing this. It's never done this before, where it's just kind of like stuck, you know? Why if I just... Oh, okay. Huh, this is weird. OBS! I know it's been a while, but still. Don't do this to me. Okay, what if I want to move it? Okay, you know what? I like this. This is okay. This is okay. Anyway, I'm glad that you're focusing on your studies, you know. It's fun. Do you have a lot more? Do you like the job though? You know, maybe it's a good thing you left. Maybe you want to go back. You never know. Oh well, you know. I don't really know. I hope the audio is okay though. Today's a chill day. I'm just going to be talking about my Japan trip. I'm going to be sharing photos. TikTok is where I have videos out. I am only on like day 5 of my trip on TikTok. If you want to see it. Will it expand? Yes, I want to try to upload every day, even though I haven't uploaded for today, which is guess I'm skipping a day. Unless I can get a video out from like when we end stream till like midnight, which is, I think it's kind of impossible. But you never know. You know what? I'll take like a little bit of a... If I miss a day once in a while, that's fine, right? But you know, I have so much footage from all the places we've been that I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to finish like posting my memories of Japan, or at least this Japan trip. And then even though it's on TikTok, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with the account afterwards. But that's like a conversation for when I'm actually done posting everything. Because the only reason I use TikTok is really just to record the memory. And I think it's fun to edit small little videos. I actually had fun doing it, like, you know, in Japan when I was about to sleep, I'll just like edit a little bit. Some days it's a bit harder because, like, you know, I gotta wake up early and I'm sleeping really late. So like the videos don't take really long to edit because I don't think, I'm not like it's like fast. It's kind of fast. I'm not like putting like crazy edits. So I'm just like putting it together, adding in some music, you know, just kind of get the vibe of the place so that when I look back on it, it'll be nice. And also, if you guys ever want to see what Japan is like, I'm sure you can find vlogs, but if you want to see my perspective, put it there. I try to make it short, but because I think I'm just throwing a bunch of videos together, it doesn't really translate that well. But that's basically what I've been doing in Japan for video wise, or like what you can see if you want to see what Japan is like. So this is my log report. Okay, so like I don't know if there's really a flow. The flow of this report is kind of gonna be how I went through Japan and how I kind of like traveled through Japan, because I didn't stay in one city. I kind of moved between 4 different cities, and I even did like a little backtrack. So we went from West Japan all the way to East Japan. I didn't go all the way to the north, so I didn't go to like I didn't go all the way to the north to like what's it called, Hokkaido, and I didn't go all the way to the south, which is at like Okinawa area. I mean, there's a lot of other places, but those are like the extreme ends, right? So you know what? Let's just go into it. It's been like almost 15 minutes and I haven't started. I don't know. Okay, you can't see it on the screen, but I have 61 slides. So excluding this opening slide, I have 60 slides, and I kind of want to see how long it takes for me to actually tell all my stories, because a lot of shit happened. There's like fun stuff, there's like stuff, and there's like you know, because in my travels, I wasn't in a group the whole way. I think I went with some friends, and at the start and at the end, but in the middle of the whole trip, it was kind of like a solo travel. So I was like moving between 2 cities myself, which was fun. I've solo traveled before. I've solo traveled in Europe. So generally, Japan is quite safe. I think it's more of the language barrier, because in like Europe, when I solo traveled, things are in English, and even if people speak different languages, right, they still didn't really they still kind of knew English. But in Japan, not a lot of people know English. I think in Tokyo, that's when people know English the most, right? Everywhere else is kind of okay. But if I know, this photo is from this is the famous Shibuya crossing, taken from one of the top floors of like near Starbucks. And this is the one where I think if you see a lot of like commercials and like videos, or if you've watched what's that show called? Okay, there's a Netflix show that showed it. I suddenly forgot the name. It's a Japanese show. I mean, it's Japan, right? But basically there, and kind of showed this. And I gotta see it. I gotta walk through it. I have videos of it, of me walking through it. Or well, me holding the camera and going through it, right? But that, I don't know if I have a photo. Well, we can go in it. I don't remember what photos I put in. Okay, so just as me, as you, as me, we're gonna be kind of winging it, because I kind of like, as I was putting the photos, I remember more stories. I also wrote like a little diary, and I was supposed to tweet that I am streaming, just because it's like I should do it as a habit, right? Okay, let me tweet. What should I say? I'm back from Japan. Sharing how I overspent. Yes, I overspent my budget. I had to like keep changing more money when I was there. Ha ha ha. You know, adult money now, but it's not fun to overspend. Overspend now. Okay, I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to find my Twitch link, which is here somewhere. I think I can find it. It's been a long time since I streamed, okay? I kind of forgot how to use OBS too. When I was setting up this window. It took a while. It did take a while. But, you know, we're here, we got it. I even managed to add like a little like music background thing. We're just playing a playlist from you know, if you guys know what the lo-fi go is. I think a lot of people know use it when they study, right? And apparently it's DMCA free, so I'm gonna be using that place today until the day I can finally find like a list of DMCA free music, and I can create my own playlist, which is a little bit hard. Like if I wanted to, I'll be playing like J-pop now, but I'm pretty sure I can't do that because I do like J-pop, and I'll bring you through like a very cool store that I went to when I was in Japan. Okay, but I'm gonna get started. Okay, so this is like our content table. This is where I traveled to. This is kind of like a little map. Can I see my mouse? Oh, you can see my mouse. Okay, I can use my mouse to like point then. Okay, so basically we started from Osaka. Osaka is in the bottom left. If you see the little Kansai International Airport, I'm kind of circling over there right now. So the airport is actually not close to the city, which is rare because as a Singaporean, we are a very small country. The airport is only quite accessible, even though it might be like an hour away. This one was about an hour and a half away, which is really far. So Kansai International Airport, and then I went over to Osaka, which is over here in the western side of Japan. And then from Osaka, I went to Kyoto, which is a bit further north. And then I took the Shinkansen, which is the bullet train in Japan. Oh, well, I took the bullet train everywhere because I kind of got a pass. It's a pass called a JR pass, because one of the metro lines there is called Japan Rail. They have like a few different metro lines, like different competitors, right? But Japan Rail is the one that offered a pass for you to like take an unlimited amount of trains for a certain amount of time. And it helps if you really want to travel across like a big part of Japan, like me doing this right here. Because this ticket that goes from Kyoto all the way to Tokyo, which is one thing I did, because I went from Kyoto and I went to Nikko, which is all the way up here. But in order to go there, we gotta go to Tokyo, and then from Tokyo we gotta change the train, and then we go to Nikko. Okay, Nikko is like a whole mess of a of a train ride, because I had to take 4 trains to get there. And by the time I reached there, it was like really late, and I left in the morning. It's really far, but I spent the whole day on the train, basically on like different trains, and trying to make the timing for trains. Basically, we gotta go to Nikko, and then from Nikko I went to Tokyo, and then from Tokyo we took the airport back, and the airport from Tokyo is really, really far, and that was a challenge. I'll talk about it at the end. So this is how I'm gonna kind of like go through my little journey. Okay, I'm gonna start from Osaka, I'm gonna go to Kyoto, I'm gonna talk about Nikko, and I'm gonna talk about Tokyo. So I kind of share like, I don't know, a little bit of each part of the journey. Alright, do let me know if my music is too loud, because I can't really hear myself. Let me just lower it a little bit. Hopefully it's not too loud, because when I did test, okay, trying to get the audio right. I think it's a little bit okay. I just have to make sure I don't become softer after talking for a little bit, which hopefully that's fine. I don't think my voice would. Now you're fine. Oh, nice. Okay, then maybe I should bring it back. Yeah. Okay. Because when I was looking through my audio, because sometimes I use the earpiece when I record, you can hear me. Nice. Thank you. My little old voice. I realized since I started streaming, I've been hearing my voice a lot more. It's higher pitched than I thought, than I normally talk. Especially when you try to like look back at VODs and stuff. But I do think okay, that's another topic. Okay, Osaka. I'm just gonna talk about Osaka first, alright? Okay. So Osaka, I really liked Osaka. Wait, no. Why is it not turning? Okay, this is Osaka. Woo, Osaka. Okay, so in Osaka, there are a few things I can talk about. I'm gonna talk about a little story I had at immigration. So just when I landed, I was so embarrassed. Okay, but I think Osaka is a bustling city with very friendly people. Universal Studios Japan is in Osaka, and it's really, really fun. It's really fun. Okay. I loved USJ. USJ is really fun. I can show you some pictures. I also found an izakaya that I really like. If you want to know what an izakaya is the word in Japan for like a place where you have like food and drinks. So it's like where you have snacks and a drink, and it's normally like very lively. You get things like skewers, you get things like gyoza. If you know what gyoza is, it's like the Japanese dumplings. And you get a lot of drinks, and like it's really really fun. And also I got a lot of balls in this trip. Okay, like gachapon balls. Okay, and I have too many. This is how I overspent. Okay, you need to know that these gachapon things. Okay, when you look at Japan has a lot of coins. Okay, they have a lot of coins, and the coins aren't like cents, they are like dollars, which is a mess. Okay, so this is kind of like the one of the main canals. I took 2 photos, one at night, one in the day. It's really nice. I think Osaka is interesting in the way that how the city looks and feels in the day and in the night is completely different. Like, I think Osaka is a place where you go if you like the nightlife, you know, like if you like drinks, you like going to the bar, you like kind of like hanging out. I think Osaka is where you would prefer to go, like the Kansai part in Osaka, compared to any of the other 4 cities that I've been to. And Osaka was my first stop, so it was fun. I think it was fun because I also went with friends there, so it was like there's a bigger group. It's not so much of like a solo tripping place, I think, because it's fun unless you know you are the kind that likes to go to hostels and you kind of like to talk to people and go out with random people. If you're that kind, then I guess Osaka might be fun for you. But if not, I think Osaka is really like a group, like with a bunch of friends. You go out, you drink, you maybe don't get wasted when you're overseas, but like, you know, you gotta have drinks, have a nice time. Osaka's the place, right? Okay, so let's start by what happened at immigration. Okay, two things went wrong in immigration. Okay, so at immigration, I think I tried to Nihongo. Okay, like, you know, I learned a little bit of Japanese in school. I know a little bit of Japanese, so like on immigration, I was like I kind of went there. I was like, hi. Then I was like they just asked some questions, and I kind of like responded in Japanese. I was like namae wa, or like any question like namae wa Ruka-san, right? Like, I'm Ruka. Like, when they check the passport, I'll just I'll try to reply in Japanese, but then the immigration person just gave me this look. And I was like, wait, and they just responded back to me in perfect English, and I was like, wait. That wasn't supposed to happen. I trained for this. I went through my training arc. I even had like my little guidebook. I was like, what to say to the immigration person on like the plane, and like they just told me back in perfect English. I was like, wait, don't embarrass me like this. I walked out of like the little gate once she let me through. Like super embarrassed. I was like, no, I shouldn't have tried speaking Japanese. They know perfect English, at least at the immigration, which makes sense, right? Cause like they're dealing with foreigners all the time. It just didn't occur to me. I was like, okay, it's Japan, you know, maybe I should try and speak a little bit of Japanese. I know a little bit of Japanese. We can try, right? I was wrong. I was so dead wrong. Oh my god. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment trying to think. And then, okay, that was like the minute I touched down in Japan. That really happened. That kind of killed my confidence speaking, you know, Japanese when I was there. It got better as I went through, because after going to some areas, they can only speak Japanese. Like I said, I went to Nikko. Nikko is kind of in the mountains. Yeah, okay, it's not really the mountains, it's close to the mountains. So most of the people there don't actually speak English. They know maybe like very basic English, but conversational wise, it's easier either if you use a translator there or not. But I think in the major cities, like I went to Osaka, I went to Kyoto, I went to Tokyo, right? Those areas, like, it's easier or it's better if, you know, they understand English, especially Tokyo. Tokyo, like, you can just say English, they understand. Osaka, I think immigration is where the English was the strongest, but like it drained me. Okay, it drained me. And then after that, I kind of translated, or like maybe I wasn't clear enough for one person. So I mentioned that there's this thing called a Japan Rail Pass, right? You can see this little ticket up here. This is my Rail Pass. It costs like Okay, so the thing is, why I went to Japan in October was because I bought the tickets a bit earlier, right? So in October, Japan the rail pass kind of like increased in price, like exponentially. Like increased by a freaking 70%. Okay, like it really cost like 29,650 yen, right? You see on the little ticket, that's how much it costs. So that's about $300. Right now it costs, I think, like $400, $500 for that same ticket. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it before the price increases and like travel as much of Japan as I can in a short amount of time and just keep taking the trains unlimitedly because it's worth the money. It's kind of like a financial thing, right? Because like one bullet train, depending on how far it is, but let's say from Kyoto to Tokyo, a single bullet train is maybe about $200, but this ticket is $300, and it gives you an like unlimited train ride within a 7-day period. Like there's different periods. The cheapest one is 7 days. I got the 7-day one. But basically the thing is, in order to get this ticket, you kind of before you enter Japan, you kind of get a little voucher from wherever you bought it from, and then you gotta go into a little room or a little embassy. Is it embassy? It's like a ticket office, right? It's a ticket office called the Japan Rail Ticket Office, and you change the little voucher for the ticket that I'm showing here. So when me and my friends were kind of like waiting for the ticket, like waiting for the person to kind of like give us the ticket, another guy who spoke English was trying to ask the conductor, or I was like going to the conductor, and they were going to close soon. And the last train, there's this direct train from the airport to like the city of Osaka, cause it's a 1.5 hour like express train, right? So it's actually really long, but there is a direct train they can use, get to using this pass. And the thing is, this last train is coming soon in like 5 minutes. So the JR person was just trying to ask who's taking this train, because it's only our group and a single guy behind us, right? And that guy said like, oh yes, I'm taking the train. And she's like, oh, where are you trying to go? And I think he said he was trying to go to Ginza, not Ginza. He was trying to go to one of the cities, one of the stops on the metro line, not the JR line. But then like she was like, oh, the train doesn't go there, you can't change your ticket. But then he's like, oh, but then how am I going to get to the city? So like there was kind of like a miscommunication there. And I kind of went in and I was like, oh, she's saying that the JR line doesn't go to where you're trying to go, which is correct, but also kind of wrong at the same time. Oh, hello Aya, how are you? Kind of showing my embarrassment when I first landed in Japan. Okay, wait, let me finish my train of thought before I continue. But basically, long story short, I kind of told him that, oh, you can't take the train, and he was like, oh, okay, thanks for your help. Then the conductor was kind of confused, and then he like kind of left to wait for a friend. And then the thing is I was right and wrong at the same time, because even though I said that he can't take the train, he can't take that limited express train that the conductor was asking about, but to get to the main city, he could still take the Japan Rail there. And then I think I kind of made him go in a loop of like how to get there, but like we already left, so like hahaha, I kind of like I kind of gave misinformation to a guy trying to help translate. But then again, he said he was waiting for a friend, right? So maybe his friend could help him get there. I like to believe in the world that I actually helped rather than create more issues when I was trying to be helpful to someone. Hahaha. Okay. But how are you guys? How are you? Yeah? How have you been? How has your pools been? How has life been? Dealing with hurricanes and stuff? Yeah, I'm drinking like a little beer that I got from the airport when I came back. Okay, but yeah, that's a little issue that I had. I kind of gave the wrong translations to a fellow tourist. Hahaha. I'm sure he made it back. Like, because even though that last express train already left, the normal metro didn't like shut off until like 1 a.m. and it was like 9 p.m. So he had time. And if I know, this is kind of what it's been good. Pools went well. I wish I could say the same for myself. Bronya has been haunting me the whole time. Okay. But if I know, I was really surprised. You see this picture here? Oh, wait, no. Okay, that's later. Okay, this little picture. They still have payphones in Japan. I haven't seen a payphone in forever, and they had so many payphones. I was just like, And this is a little like a little how their subway looks like. It's really big. It's really big. It's really nice. Most of their trains are like this. They are spacious. They have these little handles. They are nice. Just received a warning for another storm. Is it gonna be a big storm though, or is it kind of like a more chill storm? I don't know. Are there chill storms? You need to know. This is you're telling a guy who stays in a country that doesn't normally get natural disasters. Okay, if I burp, I'm blaming the blanc that I'm drinking. It's like the little beer. Okay. Oh no, we're only on slide 4. Okay, like I said, I have 61 slides, guys. This is slide 4. Okay. So, that happened. And then the minute after we landed we took the train all the way to our accommodations, which was kind of central in Osaka. And then it started raining. And, when I wanted to go to Japan, I was like, oh, should I bring an umbrella? But then my sister was like, hey, can you buy an umbrella for me in Japan? And I was like, oh, sure. So in my head, my reasoning was, I'm going to buy an umbrella in Japan for my sister, right? And maybe I should get one for myself. So I shouldn't bring an umbrella. So I don't have to bring 2 umbrellas back, right? So I decided not to bring an umbrella to Japan, or like not have any raincoat at all. Because I was like, it's summer turning autumn. It should be fine. It's Japan. It's not Singapore. It's not tropical weather. And the first thing I know, it's like pouring when I'm there. And I'm like, well now. That's not good. So it was raining like crazy. My friends all had umbrellas. I was the only idiot or like loser without an umbrella. So my friend kind of took pity on me. He was like, hey, do you want to use my luggage cover? And I was like, no, okay, our umbrellas were not big enough for our luggages for like to share, because we all had luggages, right? So he handed me this little white cloth you see here, which is a cover, the covers you put in your luggage. So I used that, and I used it as like my little raincoat for a 20-minute walk from the station to our accommodations. And we had to go upstairs. Okay, like these stairs are crazy. I don't think you can. Okay, the picture doesn't really tell the story. If you watch that, what is it? My little short that I made on TikTok. Haha, you can see the full stress I had. Or not stress, but like the full escapade. It was so crazy. I think I was just laughing the whole way. I was like, why is this happening? But you know what? That cover does kind of help a little bit. Like just a little bit, I didn't get that drenched. Like I got drenched, but not that bad. And I still came out like with it's okay. My luggage was like wet, but like it's fine. Like you can see, look at the puddles over here. Oh wait, no, that's the other one. I need to remember that clicking this just changes the screen. You can see, look at it. It's so wet. And then this was like the little meal we had, because when we reached Japan, it was like night. I think it was like 11, going 11 p.m. And by the time we reached our accommodation, it was already like past midnight. So I don't think anything was open. Or because it was raining, we didn't really want to go get food. We just wanted to like take a shower, go to sleep, wake up, and start our day. So I got like a little katsu sando and a little pudding. My friends got their food too, but the one thing about that is like the konbini, the convenience store in Japan is so freaking amazing. They sell so much stuff there. Like they sell food, they sell magazines, and like their food is like, how convenience stores in Singapore, like they will sell like snacks, they will sell sweets, but here they sell snacks, they sell sweets, they also sell like clothes. If you ever need a new shirt or new pants, they sell those. If you want to buy like travel bottles, they sell those. You want to buy like facial care, skincare, they sell those. If you want to buy like food, they sell those. Yeah, they do sell clothes. They sell like shirts and pants. They sell like pajamas as well. And like if you want to buy food, they sell like preheated food, like food meant for consumption straight away. And it's like full ass meals, right? Like they sell like udon, they sell ramen, they sell onigiri. Onigiri is like the little rice balls, which is amazing. Okay, I regret not buying more onigiri back. Like the little rice balls, cause I think those like I could have bought it on the plane. I brought like one back to Singapore, and then it's gone. They even sell like pancakes, so like they have like this like wrapped pancake, right? So the pancake, if you bite into it, it has like a margarine and honey inside the pancake. It's like it's amazing. Okay, there are convenience stores that I could live in on their convenience store food. It's probably not healthy because there's no fiber in all their convenience store food. Like you get one thing of seaweed, but like I could probably live off it, and it's like cheap. It's dirt cheap. Their convenience stores are a whole next level. I know. I wish I could have it. They have like this. Wait, man is back. Man is back. Hello, Brian. How are you? Hello. I'm back from Japan. I have overspent in Japan. Woo! Too much money spent. More than my budget. Welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. I was just explaining how that's good news. Okay, so like guys, I'm like sharing my whole Japan trip, right? So I have 61 slides to go through. We're on slide 5. It's been 40 minutes. Okay, I'm still talking about my trip. I'm talking about Osaka now. How I decided not to bring an umbrella because I was going to buy an umbrella for my sister when I was there, because space. And then the minute I landed in Japan, it started raining, and like it started pouring, like Singapore like level of pouring. And so I had no umbrella, and so my friend lent me his little luggage case, like his little, the cover to put your luggage in when you want to keep it in the storage room. Yeah, he gave me that, and then that became my umbrella for a 20-minute walk. They had to go up a couple of bridges to our accommodation, so that was fun. And then we're talking about how convenience stores are amazing in Japan, because you can get like a chicken sando sandwich for like $3. And that's a whole ass meal. Look at that picture with that thick ass chicken, and over there, And I got pudding for $1, which is like that's a $5 meal, like at $4. And I think if you want to buy a chicken sando of that quality in Japan or like in Singapore, it's gonna cost at least $10. And it's like their convenience store, and it's amazing. Okay, so the rain kind of killed me, but then you know what? We kind of rested, and the next day, we started going out. Woohoo! Okay, so I don't know why. I kind of find that Japan really likes America. Cause I don't know why, but like in Tokyo or like in USJ, and there's even a place called America Jin, right? Which means like America City. Okay, they have like American City in Japan or like in Osaka. So like this city, like there's a Statue of Liberty there, or like a miniature one, and this is kind of like a pretty hip area. It's kind of known for thrifting. So like forever, isn't it like Chinatown in? Is it like Chinatown every country? That's true, but this is not their Chinatown. This is their America town. I think they have a Chinatown, but I've never been there. So like, there's a lot of thrifting, right? So like they have like fish net. They have a lot of vests. They have like drunk Powerpuff Girls, and they have like this very sussy dog that I saw at the... Look at this dog, look at that cake on that dog. I don't understand why that dog has so much cake, but to this day, it's still in my mind that this dog I saw on my first full day in Japan. Like, look at that cake. As an American, you support this. Hey, if you ever feel like you miss America in Japan, go to Osaka, find America City. It's right there. But okay, the main reason we went there, like, my friends all bought clothes from the thrift stores. I didn't. I just didn't find anything that fit me, right? But the main reason that I brought them there, like, I told them we're going here, is because they got pancakes. Okay, not the one on the right, right? The one on the left. The two on the left, okay? That was breakfast, where we had a place called Happy Pancakes. And, like, Japan is known for this. They are known for fluffy pancakes, okay? Yeah, the floof, look at the floof, it's so fluffy. Okay, there are two chains in Japan that are kind of famous, at least to tourists. One is called Happy Pancakes, one is called Graham. Okay, in Singapore we have gram, and so we don't have happy pancakes. So I was like, okay, we gotta try happy pancakes. Okay, I would say the main difference between this and gram is happy pancakes is very eggy. So like you see how yellow or like deep yellow the pancakes are? Okay, it's so deep yellow because like you can really taste like the yolk of the egg when you're eating into it. Okay, and you know this thing on top, this little ice cream ball, it's not ice cream, it's butter. It's like their margarine, it's like a very light, fluffy butter. I don't know how they did it, but like they did it, okay? It's like amazing. And there's another kind, you want fluffy pancakes. Is there a thing overseas? Because I think only the Japanese have this, right? It's super nice, it's like eating air, but like this one, it's not so milky, it's really, really eggy. And then this is like the sweet option. So me and a friend, we both got the sweet options. We have another friend with us, and that other friend, there is a savory option. I think I have a photo of it somewhere, but I couldn't find it for this little slideshow. There is a savory option. So he got like a sashimi, like a fish version of it, right? Came with a salad, and the thing about the savory version is the pancakes are different. So they're the same kind of texture, but instead of tasting eggy, it just tastes like bread. I don't know how they did it, but it tastes like bread. Like the savory option, the pancake just tastes different. But I'm not gonna lie, like if you ever go to like a fluffy pancake place, go for the sweet option, cause the sweet options just taste better. Was it good though? Not as good as the sweet option. He like tried our sweet one, and he was like, "Yep, the sweet one is the better one." And this is like how they prepare it. Like I had a good time to film how they were preparing it. Cause like all of us decided to pay, leave our seats, and then everyone wanted to go to the toilet. So we were all just standing in the hallway, staring at them make the pancakes as everyone one by one went to use the one singular toilet. The pool of fluffy pancakes. Hey, fluffy pancakes are amazing. Okay, and then after that on the right, this is okonomiyaki. So it wasn't. I think it was. We had this on at night. This wasn't an American gin. It's in the next place, but I didn't have space. Okay, so I put it here in this slide. Basically we had, so okonomiyaki is kind of like where you get your fiber, I guess. Cause when we ate, yeah, the okonomiyaki is dope. Okay, but the problem is, I think that there are different types of okonomiyaki, right? So what we had was, I think this is the Osaka style, but there's like Hokkaido style. There's like all the different regions have their own style of okonomiyaki. The thing about the Osaka one is that it doesn't come with yakisoba, right? Yeah, it looks good, but it doesn't have the yakisoba in it. So if you want yakisoba, they cook it separately. So in this place, they have like both a okonomiyaki area, and then they have another chef who solely does all of the little grill, like yakisoba or whatever he does it there. So I don't know, it feels like it's missing the yakisoba on it. And I think me and my friends, we kind of like, I don't have a picture of this because we also had Hiroshima style okonomiyaki, right? And the Hiroshima one is the same as the Osaka style, but you add yakisoba and you add oysters. And then like that was when he was like, yes, that's where okonomiyaki is at. It looks like a big portion. Do you need the carbs? Okay, that is kind of like, I don't think so. But we did eat more after that. I can show you where we ate after that. It's in the next slide. Okay, here. Okay, so like, okay, this is like a different day already. But yes, I think it's a lot of vegetables, because I think that's what mainly okonomiyaki is. But the little like, what is it? I don't know what the batter is. The batter kind of like fills in for the carbs. Plus, we did buy a separate thing of yakisoba each. Which is not here, but you can see it in my TikTok video. Haha. Am I like promoting my TikTok now? Hey, I think it's kind of fun. I like my little vlogs that I do and I upload. I'm only on day 5 on that though, but you know, it would be fun. I think it'll take like the rest of the month for me to slowly upload my whole like travelogue. But it's gonna happen sooner or later. But yes, the okonomiyaki is dope, by the way. It's like, I think it's really good. My friend doesn't really like it, but then he said he doesn't really like street food. What is your TikTok? Well, now it is Buka Rolls, which I have not linked to Twitch yet, but it is on Discord. It is over here. If you look at announcements, I can't put the link there. Haha. Okay. Which I think I didn't turn on notifications, so maybe no one saw it, but like, it's there. That was supposed to be my surprise when I said like maybe I have something planned when I was in Japan. That was it. Because I kind of did like daily vlogs. You don't really see me, but you can see my hands like gesturing, like hello. And you hear my little voice being awkward, trying to talk to a bunch of people, or like, trying to talk to myself when there's a bunch of people around, I get very awkward whenever I see like an American looking person because I know they speak English, and then I'm like, I'm talking to myself, they know I'm talking to myself. But you know what? I think no one really cares because like there are a bunch of like TikTokers that like do TikTok lives and they're just walking everywhere with their little gimbal and their phone. And I'm like, wow, you guys have like big balls to be able to do that. But okay, yeah, okonomiyaki is pretty dope. Okay, so in the general area when you go to Osaka, right? One of the main areas you go to is called Dotonbori. This is like where the famous Gyoko man is at. You see this photo on the bottom left, like I'm kind of covering it, I realize, but you see the little Gyoko word, right? Okay. You can see it, That is like the famous spot where 1,000 people are there trying to have their photos taken. Which is, there's a lot of people, okay? And the surprising thing is, even though you would think that there's a lot of tourists, I think the tourists only make up half of the people in this street called Dotonbori. The other half is actually students, like Japanese students, because I think a lot of students from Japan, they kind of have school trips to different parts of Japan. And if you're from, let's say, Tokyo, I think a lot of people actually do go to Osaka and Kyoto, like Kansai and Kyoto, like Kansai in general, right? Because Osaka and Kyoto, you can take like the train station and you can like go from Osaka to Kyoto by their local train station. It's really close to each other. So if you're ever in Osaka, visit Kyoto. If you're ever in Kyoto, visit Osaka. Kyoto is like, it's two different vibes because like Osaka is this bustling night city, and then Kyoto is like this like more rural ancient Japan, right? But basically, over here we had ramen, we had udon, and we had what's this called? I forgot, the little ball. I suddenly forgot the name. Oh my gosh. We had, my brain can't work. We had the little ball. Okay, I suddenly can't remember what's it called. My brain just says yakisoba, but I know it's not yakisoba. Okay, it's the little squid ball. Okay, and the thing is, okay, so like you see these little signs, like you see this big ass dumpling. So this street is known for a lot of stores with like takoyaki, right? Takoyaki. Okay, the takoyaki queue was 2 hours long when you first enter the gate. So like if you enter this like Dotonbori gate, right, you'll see a lot of stores with the big signs. And that's what the street is famous for. Like there's like the pufferfish, there's the crab. I think the pufferfish is gone now because the store closed. So like they have these big signs, right? The first store you see that sells takoyaki has like a long ass queue. I think you could wait for 2 hours. Maybe it's a bit faster, but it's really long. It snakes around and there's a ton of people queuing for it. But if you just walk down the street, right, like just walk a couple of stores down, there's at least 3 more takoyaki stores, and there's like hardly a queue, and like the takoyaki is still bomb AF, so don't fret about the takoyaki. I wouldn't queue for like an hour to 2 hours for takoyaki when like, there are other stores that I think are just as good, or if not only marginally better. But we went for that. We had this udon. This bowl of udon is 2 times the size of my face, by the way. We had it for like dinner, and like you see the one with the curry. So I had curry udon. I had a triple meat curry udon. Okay, so this curry udon is three times my face. Like my friend put his face to it too, and then it's like 3 times our faces. Okay, like the bowls are huge. It looks deceivingly small. Okay, I think that's the way I cropped the photo. But if I have a photo like with my face on it, like it's huge. We ate it and we're like, so like mine had pork cutlet, it had pork belly, like steamed pork belly, fried pork cutlet, and prawn tempura in it with the udon and curry. And it is huge. I could not really move after I ate that. If you ever know, this place is called Suru Tontan. I think it's a chain, so it's not just one store. There are multiple stores around Japan, and it is bomb. Like, I wish I could have eaten it again, but I think the thing about Japan is like there's so many food options. I couldn't like not eat it, right? Then on the top left, there's this little cafe LA, which is a little cafe that we kind of like stumbled upon to kind of like actually, you think I can make my speaking avatar smaller? Oh, okay. Like, we can do that. We can show more of the... Oh, yeah. There we go. Oh, you're right. Oh, now you can see the Gyoko man. Okay. You can now see the Gyoko man, okay? Woo. Okay, so Cafe LA is kind of like the staff there spoke perfect English. I think she's European, so she speaks English, French, and Japanese a little. But that cafe is run by foreigners. It was just a nice place to stop by. They have like game nights, and they had pretty nice matcha coffee. Okay, now moving on. Next. Okay, we also went to a place called Kurumon Market, which we kind of went there. I kind of went there in an off period. Normally, when you visit this market, you'll want to go in the morning rather than in the afternoon, which I went in the afternoon, so it's kind of like a small. But you know, it was nice. I had the best daifuku. No, I had one of the best daifuku when I was there. From one of the shops. It was amazing. You see on the bottom right, it's all a little daifuku. There's a nice little florist there, and a big ass fish head, which I don't know why is it there, but I think it's up for sale. I don't know how you eat such a monstrous fish. You can tell it's really huge, and it's just staring at you. Look at that tuna. But most of the stores were closed by the afternoon. So if you ever go to Japan and you want to go to the markets there, I think you should go in the morning, or you should fit it into the morning before lunch. I went in around like 3 p.m. 2 p.m. and it's kind of like all gone. Not all gone, but half the stores are closed. Half the stores are there, still open, but they don't really have a lot of stuff to... Yeah, he's staring straight in your show, okay. Okay, next, we also walked past a little part. There's this town called Denden Town in Osaka. So Denden Town is known as the electronic shop, and if you know what Akihabara is like the electric town in Tokyo, which is also known now for a lot of anime goods, which I'll show you later. But Osaka has its own thing, right? So this is like the first store we saw before we even went into Denden Town. But then we realized we were hungry and wanted to go get some food. So this is what we saw, you know, there's a lot of Demon Slayer, and I saw Oshinoko, which if you haven't watched, Oshinoko is pretty good show. Demon Slayer, pretty fun show to watch, okay? Okay, and then next, this is Umeda Sky Tower. So another day we went to this sky tower called Umeda Sky Tower. We actually made a trip all the way there. I actually didn't really like it. To be honest, I think it's like pretty basic. Basically, you walk all the way to that biggest skyscraper, you take a lift all the way up, you pay about $15. It's 1,500 yen, so I think it's about $15 to get into the rooftop. It's a very nice rooftop, but you can't see, and you go there, you look at the surroundings, you're like, wow, for like 5 seconds, and after that you're like, okay, that's it. That's $15. Not a lot, in my opinion. It's the only huge skyscraper to be on at the top of Osaka, I guess. But I guess if you want to go there, if you're like a couple and you kind of want to put in the little heart lock with your names on it, you can do that. It's on the bottom left. People are doing it. But other than that, I think it's like there are nicer things to do in Osaka. Just saying. It was in my itinerary, but like, you know, you could actually not pay $15 and go to a gift shop and kind of look outside. You wouldn't feel the air. But like, I think if you want a view, you know, that's a cheap option. But other than that, it was like, it's kind of I would have rather spent more time either eating or hanging out somewhere else in a bar or something. Okay, So other than that, we went to Osaka Castle on another day in Osaka. The castle is really big. I've been inside before. I think if you've been to Osaka, if you haven't been to Osaka or to Japan, I would recommend going into the castle just to see. There's a lot of like scrolls and it looks very old timey. This used to be where I think the emperor had a vacation, or like the emperor used to live there, I think. It's kind of like, it's really nice to walk into because it's like on a moat. Is there a moat? It's basically like there's a tower, there's the Osaka castle, and then there's like a river surrounding it. I forgot, is it called a moat? So and around it is a park. So it's a very nice place to kind of walk and chill. They sell these little pancakes outside. I bought one. It's kind of overpriced. I think it's definitely a tourist trap, cause there's nicer food for cheaper. There are snacks. This is like okay. If you in Singapore, we have this place called Mr. Bean, right? They sell like this small little pancake. It looks the same. It has filling. Mr. Bean is smaller, has more filling, and tastes better. So this was one of like the kind of like a boo in terms of snacks. It's a very rare boo because I would say 90% of the food in Japan is better than Singapore. It's a very black boo. And then we also went into Graham, which is the other fluffy pancake store in Japan. The thing is, Graham has a different policy than Happy Pancakes in the fact that Graham has a limit on how many fluffy pancakes they make every day. So we went there and we had normal pancakes, which I decided not to show because normal pancakes kind of it's alright. Better than Singapore pancakes, we had like a apple cinnamon pancake and it's really good. Yeah, we went out. Okay, but this is the fun one. Okay, we went to USJ. This is like a full day thing, okay? You wake up, you kind of have a whole plan. You're like, okay, I'm gonna be at Universal Studios, okay? So at USJ, I think I got what? Do I have 3 slides on this? I have 4 slides on this. Okay, I have 4 slides in USJ. Okay, USJ is fun. I really like USJ. Singapore has USS, which is Universal Studios Singapore, and USS is like 40% of what USJ is. I think USJ is 20% just comes from the fact that it is colder in Japan. So when you're waiting in line, it's not as bad. Okay. And the other like caveat is that USJ has Nintendo World. And Nintendo World is it is amazing. Okay. But okay, I'll talk about Nintendo World later and how it's kind of hard to get in. But okay, USJ has kind of a vibe, or there's like a tradition, right? You see on the right hand side over here, and you see a lot of like little hats, right? And I think there are 2 things. One is the hats and one is popcorn buckets. So when you walk on USJ, everyone's wearing these little funny hats that you pay for. Do you get a hat? I did not get a hat. I could not convince my friends to get a hat with me. Okay, I didn't want to be the only one wearing a hat. I wanted to get the Mario hat. That's like, you know, Mario and Luigi's hat. They had the hats. I wanted to get the hat. But my friends were like, nah, I don't want to spend the money. I'm like, but the hat, be the special one. Okay, wait, I don't have photos of the Mario. I think I have it in my phone. But like, exactly, the hats are like $40. You know, the hats are like $40. You know, but you know what? People like super dressed up. Because Harry Potter World is also in USJ. There were people in full Harry Potter outfits. Like, they have the shirt, they wear the pants or the skirt, they have like the vest, they wear the outer coat, they wear the robe, they carry the wand, they wear the hat, and they walk around like Harry Potter. You would be welcome, Mario. I know, everyone was carrying. You know, they have like little toad hairbands. It was so cute. I really wanted it. Okay, but okay, I don't. I should have done it. I should have just done it. But yeah, my head also was like, "What are you gonna do with the hat afterwards, Ruka? What are you gonna do with the hat afterwards?" And I was like, there was actually one thing that I thought that I could wear in USJ, and on the streets outside, which was they started selling bucket hats. So they had a bucket hat for Mario, and they had a bucket hat for Minions, and the Minion one was actually pretty good. It could double up as your Halloween costume, $40 worth. That is true. That is true. Halloween costume sounds pretty good actually. But okay, you know what? Hands down, I'll say right now, the best ride in the whole USJ is this one. It's called Jurassic Park. It's the Jurassic Park one. So what this ride is, I think you see over here, you see the little people. It is like a Superman. So you kind of sit upright. You get a little harness over your chest, and they kind of hook your legs in, like with little like handcuff things, right? And then it goes vertical, like horizontal. So you're kind of like in a Superman posture, and then that's how you go. And this ride, because I think it feels, for one, it feels very secure. Like the harness is super secure, and the leg straps are like it kind of helps. And because of that, when you fly and you do tons of loops, there are a lot of like loops where you just spin on an axis. It's pretty fun. It's really fun. The other ride that normally compares with this is called the Hollywood roller coaster, which has a forward roller coaster, and there's a whole backwards roller coaster. So before you get on, you can did I put a photo of that? I did not put a photo of that. Okay. But you could either go forward or go backwards. The thing is, they kind of stopped really early, so we couldn't get on it. I went on it before, the last time before the pandemic when I went there. So like, I was fine not doing it. I was sad for my friends who couldn't do it. The only problem is that roller coaster had no harness. Like the harness is like, they have a little like have you ever rode on a scooter before? It's like a little scooter like handle, and it just kind of like pushes against your abdomen. And that's what's holding you in. I'm just saying, that's what's holding you in. And like, I feared that I would jump off the seat, but I guess it hasn't happened. But that's okay. I want to try the backwards one. Is kind of cool, I guess, for that one. And they were playing, the thing about the Hollywood one is that it will play a song as it drove. And the song that was playing on the day when we were there was a song called Show by Ado. And Ado is a Japanese artist that I really like to listen to. And I was like, I gotta go for Ado. But like, the queue for that one is insane. I think the queue is about 2 hours long. And we did not have a fast pass. So one of the things that you can consider getting if you go to USJ is a fast pass, which is normally you can pay like an extra, it's like what, $80? And you get a priority queue for all the rides. If you really want to like zoom do every ride, you need a fast pass. Without the fast pass, it is impossible to do the main rides, because you queue 2 hours per ride. You can't go for everything. The other way, which is a mini fast pass, which is what me and my friends did, is that we went on individual the solo rider. So instead of grouping your friends, you kind of like go together. So normally, even though like they have an app for Universal Studios, and the app will kind of tell you the waiting time. So instead of maybe waiting for an hour, we kind of managed to go in half an hour. So we did save like 50% of the time, right? And that's pretty good if you don't mind going alone. Most of the times you're not, rather than alone, it's like the rides, maybe it's like 4 people, and if like there's a group of 3, you will be the one person, the solo rider that joins up with them to form a complete team. Okay, so what else is there? If you guys like anime, there is a Jujutsu Kaisen 4D experience thing. This is kind of from the store, they have the outfit, and then it's kind of like a whole show they do with the 4D chairs. I'm not gonna lie, okay, the experience is kind of mid, just like the show. It's kind of mid, okay. I think Jujutsu Kaisen is kind of mid, okay. Like, if any of you guys watch anime. What? Okay, the show was good. The show is alright. It's like you're offended. Okay, you know what? I think the show it's alright. It's not like groundbreaking. I mean, it's like any other shonen anime, right? But okay, if the show is like a 6 out of 10, okay, this experience was like a 4 out of 10. It was kind of like Okay, the show was kind of okay. Like not the show, but this 4D experience was even more Cause it's the one where you are seated on like a cinema chair, and it kind of spit water at you and blow air at you, and it kind of like shakes. That's what it is, but it wasn't that fun. Even the show, maybe it doesn't help that it's fully in Japanese and I can't read the subs, but you can kind of guess what's happening based on their actions. But like the fight is kind of like I think if I watched the anime, it would be better on a normal chair. The experience doesn't do anything for me, and also I can't really film a lot of them of the rides like when I'm in the ride, cause either I have to keep my phone outside, or filming is not allowed. So the next one, this little pod, is kind of like it's a Spider-Man ride. The Spider-Man ride was pretty fun. It's kind of like on a track, so it's not really a roller coaster. It's kind of like in Singapore we have the Transformers ride or the Mummy ride. It's similar to that. So that's the Spider-Man one. It was pretty nice. And then next, it's kind of a Harry. Oh wait, I have this thing twice. Okay, but this Harry Potter world. There's Endako's Curse. It's a ride about what's this? This spirit in a well, like myth. So it's a horror themed ride in the dark about ghosts. And I don't make super well with horror, but my friends really wanted to go, so we went. But you know what? Even though they forced me to go, it was fate that we couldn't go because the ride broke down midway. So I escaped the horror ride. Like they cycled me to go, and I was like, okay, I'll go. And then we like put our bags in, and the minute we walked into like the chamber, they were like, oh, the ride's under maintenance. And then we're like, oh, guess something went wrong. Guess we shouldn't go on this ride. Oh wait. Other than that, there was a Jaws ride. If you've watched Jaws, like the movie with the shark, I know, I didn't know why it was there, but we did some research, right? And apparently Steven Spielberg and all his movies are kind of like under Universal, and hence it's in Universal Studios. The ride was interesting. I couldn't take any photos when I was on the boat ride because it was a boat ride, and on the boat ride there are like animatronics of sharks coming at you, and there was a whole performance by the conductor of the boat. And basically what I got was this lady who had to keep asking another tourist to stop taking pictures, for one, while acting the part of a boat ride person with a shotgun driving the boat around as sharks attacked us. It was fun. I think her performance was really well. I was like, I do they have to do theater to get this? She better be paid more, cause like she's doing a lot of work by like acting, trying to control people from like filming, and then also like getting splattered with water every time she goes on this boat ride, and she has to like know how to use a fake shotgun, I guess. Other than that, we also, you know what I didn't show? I didn't put a picture. There was a little performance. It was a Pokemon themed performance. Okay, so like there was like DJ Gengar, DJ Pikachu, and like the bunch of bad guys doing a little dance in the show. It was really cute. It was really fun. I think I have a clip of it when I did my vlog. The USJ one. Yeah. And what we ate is during lunch, everywhere was crowded. Okay, every store, every single cart that sold burritos, a cart that sold sausages, a cart that sold hot dogs, your Western store, your Mexican store, your One Piece store, they were all filled to the brim around lunch. Okay, like there's so many people that all the queues were insane. There were no seats except for the Chinese store. So we ate at the Chinese restaurant. I'm not gonna lie, that Chinese food was pretty good. Like it was a fried rice with mapo tofu and a chicken cutlet, which I guess is their Chinese food. It was pretty good. I like the chicken, I like the mapo tofu, and the fried rice was decent. And we didn't. How much was it? For $15. It's overpriced, but you know it's overpriced when you're in an amusement park. It's always overpriced food. Normal theme park price, yeah. Everything there is normal theme park price. Even all the merchandise is normal theme park price. Okay. So the next one is we went for the Harry Potter World experience. This was in the day, okay, or the end part of our USJ time, daytime, cause like sunsets at 5, so it was about to set. So the last thing we did was the USJ, was the Harry Potter experience. I'm gonna say that we queued. It was day. When we left the place, it was night. So that's how long the queue is for the Harry Potter ride. The ride lasted, I think, like 2 minutes. We queued for about an hour half to 2 hours for this ride. This ride is just as bad as the Hollywood Dream ride. And the thing is, there was no single rider for this, so there was no way we could like fast pass. Without a fast pass, like we had to queue, the normal queue, and it was super damn long. The only good part about the queue was it was decorated, like the hallway in, you kind of like enter Hogwarts when you want to go into this ride, right? So the queue goes from the entrance of Hogwarts. If you've ever played Hogwarts Legacy, it's like going from the courtyard. You go into the what's it called? Biology? No, botanics, the botanical classroom, which is this one, where there's a bunch of plants, and then you end up in the dungeon, and then you go to the little locker room where you do the ride. So what the Harry Potter ride is, it's kind of like a it's kind of like the Spider-Man ride, which is like a experience. It's kind of a track rather than like a track where it brings you from room to room. But this time, rather than being on a vehicle, you're kind of like on a little swing. It's like a little seat hovered in the air. And rather than being facing forward, you're facing sideways. It's as if, you know, on the bus, when you're not seated on the seats looking straight, you're seated on the seats looking at the sides. That's the whole ride. And it kind of just like swings you around. And you get to see like, the Death Eaters, you see everything. It's really fun. It was rated, I think, the best ride in all the USJ parks for like 5 years running, something like that. I really liked it. I didn't like the queue. I still think in terms of thrill, it goes below the dinosaur and it goes below the Hollywood Dream. But in terms of experience, it's up there. It's one of the best ones. It's why the queue is, I guess, so long. Okay, then this is what I went to USJ for. Okay, it's Nintendo World. Okay, I think I only have one thing of this. Okay, Nintendo World. Nintendo World was amazing. Okay, I even paid $40 for the little band. So, okay, the thing about Nintendo World is Nintendo World, to get into Nintendo World, you can't just go in the Mario building. I know, right? It's huge. Okay, so the thing about Nintendo World is you can't just go in. You need a time slot to enter Nintendo World. So normally what you gotta do is either you buy a USJ pass with a Nintendo World ticket that tells you what time you can go in, or when you enter a USJ, once you go through the gates, you are allowed, in the app it gives you the ability to book a time slot to go in. I entered Universal Studios Japan at about 9 a.m. The first time slot I got was at 6 p.m. So it was really dark by the time I went into USJ, into Nintendo World. Yeah, the park was gonna close. I couldn't do everything. So the thing about Nintendo World is what you could do is you can buy a band. So the band, first of all, it costs $40. Like I think it's about 4,000 yen, right? So it's about $40, right? And what the band does is the band allows you to interact with the everything in Nintendo World. So you know how in Mario you have like the question mark blocks. There are like little puzzles you can do, and all the different activities and rides there. You need the band to use it. So if you go in there, you kind of have to buy the band if you actually want to fully experience what Nintendo World has to offer. I mean, you could not have the band. My friends didn't get the band. I was the only one that got it, but that they aren't gamers. They don't play games. So I was the only one that kind of dragged them here and like, we gotta go to Nintendo World. And they were like, okay. They went in there, they sat on the mushroom seats, and they kind of just sat down the whole time. And I just had fun alone, okay? So Nintendo World is huge. You have like Bowser's Castle. You have the whole. It's everything looks like a level for Mario. There are also I think 3 or 4 rides inside. One of them is Mario Kart. Mario Kart wait is 3 hours long. But when I went there, I remember I saw 3 hours. I was like, haha, that's not happening, especially when I went in at 6. So I think Mario Kart was the best one. Like the favorite of the whole USJ. It is really fun. I think I explored 1% of Nintendo World. Cause when you go into Nintendo World, when you buy the band, you sync it up with the USJ app, and there's a whole section called Nintendo World. What it has is there are 180 achievements you can get. So when you interact with stuff, the band kind of records it and it gives you achievements, like a real game. So you're playing a game in real life and you're actually like hitting blocks. So some of the challenges, yeah, there's like 180 challenges. I'm not lying. There's like 100, I was 160 something. It's either 100. Wait, I can check it now. I still have my USJ app, and I'm still gonna keep the app because if I'm gonna go back one day just to go back to Nintendo World and do the challenges, right? Okay, let me go to my Nintendo World app now. I can okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, 170. I have 17 out of 170. I am 10% there. Is that 10%? I have 17. You gotta complete them all, yeah. And I think the thing is, you got to try and get an early time slot to complete everything, because I feel like Super Nintendo World is its own theme park. Like there's USJ and then there's Nintendo World, and Nintendo World has so much inside. There's so many challenges that you can do. So and there's a lot of queues too, right? So there's like on the top, this is a ride with the little Yoshi. That's one ride. Inside Bowser's Castle, there's another ride. There is Mario Kart, which I didn't even know where the track is, but there's a whole like real life Mario. Like you actually get a kart, I think, to drive around, and that's like the Mario Kart. That's why it's so popular. You actually get to drive around and play like VR, like real life plus AR Mario Kart, something like that, if I'm not wrong. And then there are a bunch of other interactives you can do, like games that are not rides. So one of them that I queued for, you see this little square. Basically what this is if you can only do this if you have the band. You go there, you hit the question mark block, it gives you a power up, and with the power up you can kind of like shoot all the little Koopas that fly down. Every time you hit the block, a different power up appears. So like some of the challenges are like use a star power up, use a fireflower power up, use a big mushroom power up. So that's what like how you get some of the challenges. But what surprised me was when I was queuing up for this like little ride, like this little interaction, I thought that was it. I thought like, oh, you queue for like 30 minutes, you do this little screen game and it's done. And that's where you're wrong. The minute I was done, you turn right and then there was a whole maze. Like you get a little Mario level to like run through. It's like a little maze, and at the end of it, there's like this little bomb. And the thing is, this is kind of like a group thing. So I was alone because my friends didn't want to play. Okay, so I got grouped up with this like couple in front of me. But what happens is like there are screens all over this little room, and a little gold coin gets split. And what you gotta do is you are timed. You gotta collect all the coins and then solve a puzzle. And I think you're timed. If you explode, you gotta redo it. There's no one behind us, so we kind of failed like 4 times. But the guy was nice, he just let us keep redoing it until we kind of got it. Which, it was fun because we kept failing. So at least we got it, we got the achievement. But yeah, that was my very short time at Nintendo World. Because I got a very late time slot. I think most people, they would want to go to USJ early. The gamer sense didn't kick in. Okay, look, it was damn funny. So like the couple in front of me was Chinese, right? Like they are from I think mainland China. So I understood what they were saying because I'm Chinese. My Chinese isn't good, but like the girl was like, I can tell the guy's a gamer. Like the boyfriend is a gamer. The girl is not a gamer. Cause the girl kept going like 怎么样啊 like this kind of things. She's like saying, how do I do? She's like saying, she's like kind of whining to her boyfriend, like, how do I play this? I can't do it. Then he's like, oh, then he's like teaching how to do it. So I'm like, I gotta carry this team. I gotta carry this team. We gotta get through this, guys. There's a team game. And so we kind of had to like, it was kind of funny that I was observing it because like it was kind of cute thing. So they were right in front of me before we kind of like played this game, and she was doing the same thing to him in that game. And I was like, no, why? But like, you know what? It's cute. You guys are a cute couple. That's like, you know, it's fine. And then okay, we kind of left Nintendo World after about an hour and a half because I think it was about 8 p.m. when we were about to leave. We haven't had dinner, so we wanted to leave and get dinner. The park closes at 9. So I guess if you had dinner in USJ, you could like enjoy it a little bit longer. The thing about USJ is the park closes at different times, at different times of the year. So when we went there, it closes at 9. I've seen people say that sometimes it closes at 7. So it kind of depends. You kind of got to check the website when you go to USJ. And also, Nintendo World, you should try to go when the park opens. Because from what I've heard, we didn't go when it opens, by the way. Because when it opened, the park opened at 8:30 or 8 a.m. We reached at 9 a.m. So like an hour late. But some people said that at the start, the first 20 minutes when the park opens, Nintendo World, they have not set up like the gate timing entry yet. So it's free entry into Super Nintendo World for the first 20 minutes. So most people who are rushing to do Nintendo World, they'll go when the gate opens and they will just be at Super Nintendo World to do whatever they want until the end. Yeah, so that's like a life hack. The other way is even if they did set up the gantry, if you are early, you would probably be able to get a earlier time slot than me. I was an hour late and my time slot was at 6 p.m. I was an hour late, yeah, and it was really, my time slot was going at 6 p.m. It was really late, and we were like, okay. We kind of like, I think we were really tired by that time already because we went through the whole of USJ, like the rest of USJ, and then we came to Nintendo World, and Nintendo World is, as I mentioned, it is its own theme park. And then when we left Super Nintendo World, it got really dark. Oh, hello Gargoyle. That's a octopus. Hello, how are you? Welcome. I'm talking about, I just came back from Japan. I'm sharing about what I was like in Japan. I'm now talking about Osaka and USJ, which was really fun. By the time we left Super Nintendo World also, it was really, really dark. And what surprised me, or like my friends too, was the whole park changed. Okay, in the sense that the lighting, you see the top 2 photos, it is all purple, right? But then basically when we exited the place, it was completely Halloween. So like there was a whole surprise when we left, because Nintendo World is kind of like all the way at the back. It's its own area, and then when you exit back to the main street, there was a whole Halloween like festival going on. There were a lot of like performances with people in chainsaws, like it's like a whole circus. They were on stilts. It kind of was like one guy literally took his chainsaw and he ran up to me, and I was like super shocked. I kind of like tripped behind. I was like, oh my god, don't kill me, please no. But it was really fun. And I experienced that as we were leaving. Hello Valorex, how are you? How are you today? How have you been? Kanazawa, very very good. When I got there, not super snow, but did. Oh wait, it snowed so fast, isn't it? Huh? You know the thing about Japan. Kanazawa, where's that? That's in Japan, right? Is it? Which part of Japan is that in? Oh my god, no. Is it in the north? Because when I was in Japan, like it's supposed to be what? It's Kanazawa? Not super snow, but did. What you mean? Is that a part of Japan? Isn't it autumn? Does it snow? I'm confused. Like west probably. Oh well. That's cool. Because when I was in Japan, it was super hot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think there's something wrong with the weather. Because even though it's supposed to be autumn, I feel like it's the end of summer rather than autumn. Okay, this izakaya. This is a izakaya that I recommend. Like, I'm like go there. I don't know how to say. I think it's called Shinsai Bashi Waka. So this izakaya, the head chef, he kind of speaks a little bit of English. I want to say that he has a whole omakase course for $50. It's freaking amazing. We did not get it because we were really full. This was after we ate the udon. We wanted food. Show, yeah, it's damn show. Okay, it's really damn good. Okay, let me tell you each of the dishes and what they are. Okay, but go there, get the $50 izakaya, cause like the person next to us was eating it and we saw the sashimi and we were like, that looks damn dope. And eating everything else he gave us, we know it was dope. Okay, we'll start from the way we ordered. Okay, so the thing is, I think me and my friends, we had 2 lemon sours each. Okay, lemon sours are now my favorite cocktail. I don't know what's in the mix. I just know there's lemon and it's either rum or vodka. I don't know what is the alcoholic part of the lemon sour, but I had to. Okay, how are you, Elvis? Hello, this is Japan. Okay, so on the left, this is the appetizer, and it was complimentary, by the way. He came up to us and they were like, oh, here's the appetizer. Then we were like, oh, is this, we didn't order this. Then we're like, oh, it's on the house. Then we're like, oh my gosh, wait, what? He started off with free food. We didn't even order anything yet at that point, by the way. We could have eaten the free food and just left, but like okay, the rest of his stuff is really good. The chef is really fun too. Like he was like, oh, Singapore. He knows a bit of English, like a little bit. Like he knows phrases, and he was really like welcoming. He was very warm. I think in general, the people in Osaka, they feel very warm. Like they open up to you, you know. So on the left, what he gave us for an appetizer was it was tofu with mushroom shoots and a piece of salmon on top, and that was amazing. Like I've never had like that good like salmon tofu or like mushrooms, and I don't like mushrooms, but I ate all of it. Okay, it was so good. We want to go there a second time, but like we were too full, and I think me and my friends, we all regretted not going back a second time to this izakaya. In the middle, what you see there that looks very weird, that is an avocado with seaweed, and it's an avocado base, and on the top the sauce is a wasabi seaweed mix, which sounds like it doesn't go together, but that is the most interesting and the nicest thing I had in an izakaya in Japan. Like I don't eat wasabi either, so it's really surprising, and I hardly eat avocados. I don't hate avocados, but like this combination really works. I don't know why it works, but it works. Avocado with seaweed and wasabi. It's amazing. And then on the right, this is a fried radish. It's just called fried radish, but this is apparently what its most popular dish that he has. It's a fried radish. It's really good though. It's really hot too. So like when I ate it, I was like, my mouth was burning. But you know, it's the good kind of burn. Like I don't mind my mouth burning for that. Really good. And then after that, this was on another day. This izakaya didn't feel as authentic as this one. So Shishabashi Waka had some tourists and a lot of locals inside. And then this other one, I think it's called No Gyoza No Life, which is a gyoza place. Or it's known for its gyoza. Food, everyone there was a tourist, by the way. So if you want an izakaya where you can speak English, I guess this one is pretty good. The gyoza is good. It's really cheap. Like I think in total we spent like $10, and we had 4 plates of gyoza, 1 thing of karage, and 3 lemon sours each, and then it was $10. Like it was really cheap, and there were a lot of tourists there, no locals whatsoever. I ate so much gyoza, I was so full, but gyozas are nice. Normally I like fried gyoza, but in this place I like their steamed gyoza more, which is why I showed you steamed gyoza on the left. And then the lemon sours in here, it's kind of like a DIY. They gave you the tonic, and then you squeeze your own lemon. It was fun. You know, it was fun doing it. Okay. And other than that, in Japan, like, this is not just in Osaka, but there is a thing called gachapon, right? Which is with this little capsule machines where you put in coins and then you turn it, and then you get like a little ball with like a little toy inside. Do you get one? I got, I think, 20 of them with me now. And I would say it's not cheap at all, cause like, okay, when I think of coins, right, you think of cents, at least in Singapore. In Japan, your coins are not in cents, your coins are in dollars. So each one is like $3 to $5. I have an assortment of them. I think it's just fun to do it. You don't know what you'll get. It's like you get a 1 in 5. There were a bunch of Genshin ones. I'm not gonna lie. There were a lot of Genshin ones. I was surprised. And you know what? Do you see this? They have Farina. Farina isn't even out yet. They have Farina in those Genshin capsule machines that look like they're from the 90s. Do you see how old this thing is? That is Farina right there. They have like really updated Genshin characters, I don't know why. And then like they have like buildings selling a bunch of gachapon. Like, do you see all this? These are all the machines. This is 4 levels high with nothing. Who did you get? Oh, I did not roll for a Genshin one. I did not roll for Genshin. I rolled for Genshin. I did not roll for Genshin, I mean. I got a lot of other guys. Look. We'll talk about Genshin later. My money for Genshin went somewhere else. Okay. My money for Genshin went somewhere else. It didn't go to the gachapon. Gachapon, I got a lot of the little cat. I forgot his name. I think it's Mochis? No, I forgot the name of the cat. But he went to the cat. And he went to a lot of other stuff. You didn't want to paint. Oh, that's another question. I'll go to that. Okay, but that's all for Osaka. Now we'll go on to Kyoto. Let me drink a little bit of water first. Okay. So, as I mentioned before, I went to 4 cities. Osaka was with friends. In Kyoto and the next city, which is called Nikko, I was alone. And then Tokyo, I met up with friends again. So, Kyoto was my first part when I parted ways with friends and I started doing my solo trip. And it was fun because I stayed in a private room in a hostel. So I made a lot of friends when I was there. Or like I got to know one other hostel person and 2 of the staff in that was at. Okay, so my solo adventure began. So like I took the little Shinkansen to go from Osaka to Kyoto, which you don't have to because you can take the local train. The Shinkansen costs way too much money, by the way. But the thing about the Shinkansen is I have the JR Pass, which gives you unlimited rides. So I just took the fastest way and the coolest way, which was the bullet train. I also bought this little cheesecake. It's called Rimu's cheesecake on the left. It's really nice. It's cheesecake. It's very fluffy. Rather than very cheesy, it's more like a soft sponge cake. And at the bottom there are raisins. And I shared it with my hostel mates and my friends. My friends basically took half of them cause like I can't finish a whole cheesecake on my own. They don't sell it in slices. You only can buy the whole cake. And I really wanted to try it, so I just gave my friends some and I shared the rest between me and some of the people in the hostel. Raisins, yeah. At the base, it's raisins. But inside, it's just cake. So the raisins are only at the base of the cake. And the whole time, when I was on the Shinkansen from Osaka to Kyoto, right? So I put my luggage up here. You see that it's kind of sticking out. And there wasn't space on top of where I was sitting. So I put it in front where 2 like American dudes were kind of sitting. And at least I think they're American. They sound like the Americans in movies, so I think they're American, okay. But I could tell they were concerned that luggage would fall on their heads, and they openly said it. And I was sitting behind them, and I think they don't think I know English, but like I know English, cause like maybe you're Asian, people think I'm Japanese sometimes. So like I could feel their fear, and I could hear them talking about, oh, that thing might fall. Then I'm like, oh, but like I really put it up there, so like and the train started moving, so I wasn't gonna take it down, but it didn't fall, so that's what matters. It didn't fall on them. But the whole time, the train was only 15 minutes. The whole time I was on the train, I was like, please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall. Cause if it falls, I don't know. But it didn't, so I don't have to think about that. And other than that, I also realized that this train that I took, I couldn't actually take it with the ticket that I had. So I kind of like did a little sneaky and kind of like got my way on the train. Cause the whole time on the train they kept having this announcement that said, oh, the JR pass is not valid for this ride. And then I'm like, hey, that's the pass that I'm using that I thought I could use for this ride, which I guess I can't use for this ride. But you know what? It's fine, cause no one came to check in that 15 minutes. I was just hoping that the conductor didn't come, cause normally when you get on the train, or cross-country train in Japan, there's normally a conductor that will come in and check your ticket. No one came in to check on mine, so you know what? I'm alright with that. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. So, I had one goal when I was on my first day in Kyoto, was that I want to go to this one shrine that was recommended to me by a Japanese friend. The problem is, I kept getting sidetracked. Okay, so I had to get lunch, so what I did was I dropped off my bags at the hostel because I couldn't check in yet. I was kind of early, it was like 12 p.m. And so I dropped off my bag. I kind of went to get lunch, so I went to where else but the best restaurant on earth. I went to McDonald's. And you know what? They had ebi nuggets, which is not normal. You don't normally see ebi nuggets. So ebi is prawn. So they had prawn nuggets, and I did not get them because I thought they would still be available no matter where I went. I was very wrong because that was the first and last time I saw the ebi nuggets. Okay, I got a meal. Okay, I got like a teriyaki cutlet burger. Okay, that's what I got, and I got a set meal. I thought it would be too full, so I didn't get it, even though it was right there staring me in the face. So I have this picture as like proof that I saw it, but I didn't get it. Even though I was looking at it, I was like, I've been wanting to try it since I saw it on TikTok. Because I saw this on TikTok and I was like, hey, I gotta try it. I'm in Japan. I'm gonna try it. And it says it's over Japan. But the thing is, I think I didn't take into account. No, it's gone. Like, it's gone. It's a seasonal item. So, you know how there are different seasons in Japan, right? I think the ebi nuggets was only there for the mid-autumn season, which only lasts like 2 to 3 months, 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, cause after a while, I saw the menu for McDonald's completely change, and the menu for Starbucks changed too. So it went from like a mid-autumn drink and like food to Halloween themed drinks and food. And I was like, the ebi nuggets was gone too, and I was like, no, it's gone. Okay, yeah, that's one of the regrets I had. I did not have the ebi nuggets. But then, okay, yeah, but you know, it was kind of a regret. I should have gotten an ebi nugget. I really should have gotten it. I did not get it. I should have gotten it. Okay. But what I did was, so I was supposed to go to this shrine, right? But instead of going to the shrine, I kind of like was in the city. I saw Tower Records, which was a place I wanted to go in Tokyo, but they had a store here too. So I went in and I didn't buy anything because I know I was going to go to the one in Tokyo and buy things there if I wanted to buy anything. So I went to see, and that's the first time I saw a Japanese singer which I listened to. If you don't mind listening to different artists, her voice is amazing, by the way. She's like she sings like Japanese music. She's called Ado. I heard her everywhere in Japan. I know that she recently signed with Universal Music, and I can tell that they are really pushing her, like pushing the artist, cause like everywhere I went in Japan, her song was playing. Especially in Universal Studios, like it's Universal, and they want to push this artist, so I guess it's playing all the time in the theme park. But I liked her before she signed, and I think she is a good singer. So I bought like in Tokyo, I bought like her DVD. Haha. But you should see that later. And then I got even more sidetracked because as I was walking towards the shrine, I saw this little like alleyway, and I was like, oh, where does this go? So I kind of like followed it down, and it kind of goes to this little river that I think is actually a cycling path. And there were lots of people just chilling by the river, families, a lot of couples, and people just walking, chilling. And I think that's kind of like what Kyoto is if you don't go to the very main attractions. There is time to kind of like sit back, kind of relax, enjoy a bit of how Kyoto is a bit more rustic or a little bit more olden in the way. And Kyoto was nice. At least this part of Kyoto. And then I finally made it. So this whole detour took me like I think 3 hours, excluding lunch. So by the time I kind of wanted to make it to the shrine by like 1, I made it there like 4. And then yeah, I kind of made it to the shrine finally after getting sidetracked by so many things. So this shrine is called Yasaka Jinga Shrine. It is not one of the big main attractions that a lot of people go to Kyoto for. People usually go to Kyoto, they want to see the Ginkakuji, which is Ginkakuji, which is the Golden Pavilion. They want to see the Kiyomizu-dera, which is one of the big shrines, and they want to see the bamboo forest, and they want to see the Fushimi Inari Shrine, which is if you've seen a lot of pictures of people in Japan, the red gates, the red torii gates that like goes on forever. That's Fushimi Inari. I've been there before, so I didn't go, but everyone I know that went there said that it is packed with people, just like every other main attraction, which you will see later. But here there's less people, a lot more locals rather than tourists. There was kind of like a mini market when you enter, and then over here you kind of see like it's a shrine, so people are praying. There's this little bell, so this kind of like where you do like a wish. What people will do is they'll throw a coin into like the little offering box. They will ring the bell and then they'll do a prayer. Normally you would do it if you are into Shintoism, or I think, if I'm not wrong, it's Shintoism, or might be Buddhism. It's one of the two. I'm gonna say one of the two because I know it's one of the two, I don't know which one, so you can research on that. But another thing you can do that even tourists would do is you can get your fortune taken. So I got mine, but it was later on. I got it in Tokyo. But what you can do is you can go to the nice little shrine maidens, you can get a little ticket to get a fortune. So when you get a fortune slip in Japan, some shrines are only in Japanese, so unless you're willing to translate it with like Google Translate, Japanese, or you go to one that has an English translation in the slip. So the one with a English translations, normally those are the more touristy ones. But basically you can get either like neutral luck, good luck, very good luck, bad luck, or like horrible luck. Okay, so you can get horrible luck. It's like a gacha roll of luck, right? It's gonna tell you how well you're gonna do in your gacha rolls. So if you get like normally good luck or like very good luck, you bring home the fortune slip with you. If you get bad luck, you kind of take the fortune slip and you tie it over here. You see all this little paper? Those are all bad luck fortune slips. Okay. So the basic bare bones idea is that if you have good luck, you bring it home with you. If you have bad luck, you leave it at the shrine. So you don't carry it back with you. So if any guy like tourist like gets bad luck and they bring it back with them, then you know, you're kind of bringing the bad luck back with you, which you don't really want to. It's kind of like we don't do that. I wonder if anybody has done that though, like if they've brought back bad luck with them. I'm sure someone did, not knowing what they got, but that's the you have bad luck, you don't need more. I know, right? I'm like, I need that. I need to hang my Genshin luck there. Okay, then why this place was nice is if you continue down the shrine, it's connected to a park. And in the park, there's like this little red little umbrella sitting area. And at the umbrella sitting area, you can kind of buy food and you can kind of sit down and eat. They sell like mochi, they sell drinks, they sell coffee. That's what's there. Apparently, they also have people protesting there, because that's what I saw when I first went in. There were a bunch of people protesting with their own mascot and everything. There was even, I think, a monk kind of like doing his teachings, and there were a bunch of old people like watching him. Well, I say old people because it was mainly the elderly, okay? I didn't see any young people listening to him. But that guy, I have a photo of him, but it's in my phone. I did not put it here. No space. Okay. And there was some tourists, but a lot more locals. The park was also nice. I saw like two ladies. They were dressed up in like vintage like outfits, and I think they were doing a mini like photo shoot, like a cosplay photo shoot, but like a rather than like, you know, the anime cosplay, it's like a 90s or 80s, or is it 70s? You know, those where they have like the small little hats and they wear long skirts. If you see this little girl here, she's very small, you can't really see it, but those outfits, and I thought it was like, oh, it's really cool. I never saw anyone doing a photo shoot like that before, and it was nice. Okay, so next in the hostel. So let me talk a little bit about my wait, I have two of the same things. Okay, we'll use this one. About the hostel. So in my hostel, this is kind of what the vibe kind of looks like. I think I shared some of the photos in Discord, but it's kind of like a very old building, and it just gave vibes. Okay, at the bottom is a cafe and a lounge area, and then at the second floor is kind of the living quarters. So this little cafe that I always frequent in Kyoto is just the bottom of where I was staying at. It's really nice. They offer breakfast. I mean, you gotta buy it, but it's cheap and it's really good. And it's made by the staff friends that I've made when I was there. Your room, kind of, you sleep on a futon. It's kind of a tatami mat floor. You sleep on a futon. They have this nice little chair. It's really big because I got a private room, because the individual rooms were already booked out when I was like looking at Airbnb. So I kind of just got a private room for myself, because why not? They also had instruments and everything for people to chill and to kind of like interact with each other. And I also made friends. So one thing that I did when I was in Kyoto, I had my first Fami Chiki. So if you don't know what a Fami Chiki is you see this. I haven't made a video on it yet. I reviewed it, but it will slowly come out on TikTok. Alright. Fami Chiki is basically fried chicken from the convenience store, and it is freaking good. It's like $1.50 or $2 SGD for one, and it tastes amazing. It's better than any fried chicken in Singapore, just saying. And this is a convenience store food. Another thing I did was I had natto. So if you don't know what natto is, it's it's fermented beans basically. It has a strong smell and it's very, very sticky. People normally have it on rice. Some people have it alone. And the reason I tried this, I didn't even think I would be trying it, but I think I was talking to one of the staff members, like when we were chilling, and she said, "Oh, natto is one of my favorite food. Have you tried it?" I was like, "No." Then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get dinner. Maybe I could get it along the way." So I got it. It cost $1 or like $2 for a pack of 3, and I tried it, and it was not for me. Yeah, this like slimy taste. It was kind of salty, and the texture did not sit well in my mouth, basically. So, what's cool about this place is I think they have full-time staff, and they have some staff who kind of like are doing like a stay-in program. So they kind of work to have free lounging in the place. Normally those are like for students trying to experience new stuff, or people that are having like an in-between, like a transitional moment, and they just want a place to chill in a different country. So 2 of the staff members are actually just doing that program. So like we just they chill with the rest of the hostel people at night. And another cool another cool interaction I had was with one of the staff members who I think I bought this buns. So 551 Horai is a Kanzai like bun place. Like they sell butaman, which is similar to like a bao, right? And they also sell like siumai, the Japanese version. And they only sold like the butaman in packs of 3. So I bought 3, and I kind of like gave her one, and she said, "Oh, I had such a tough day." And then she was like so grateful for it. I was like, "Oh my gosh, go take it all." I mean, she didn't accept it. She just took one. But I was like, I can't believe it. Just one simple like I think for that moment I was like, oh my gosh, like a simple like little bread kind of made someone's day. I was like, okay. And it's like it's a very cheap thing. It's just a small gesture. But I was kind of happy. I was kind of proud of that. I was like, I made someone's day by giving them just sharing food, which I guess is a good way to, if someone's having a rough day, because I think she was having a rough day at work, or like maybe stuff happened. I didn't probe, but she normally works on the night shift, like the closing shift, so I guess it's normally tougher on her too. But that was nice. That was fun. Yes, I shared this. So one thing I did was I kind of asked, because I was staying in the hostel, what are the benefits if they have staff working there, especially since this was a cafe, right? Was that I kind of asked them for recommendations on what I could do when I was there, and some of them gave me some shrine recommendations. You can tell it's really empty, because they said that these are some of their favorite spots, and I think they said mainly locals go there rather than tourists. So I found like very zen areas, or like very, I guess if you want to meditate or just want a place to like hear running water and chill and relax, these are places you want to go. Yeah, it's very relaxing. So on the left, wait a minute. Yes, okay, so this is kind of all one temple. There's a main temple, and then there's a garden area of the temple. You gotta pay to go in, but I remember it wasn't that expensive. So in Japan, a lot of the temples have an entry fee. That's one thing you gotta consider. But it's really relaxing. There was hardly anyone, which was great. And another fun thing is there was a wedding photo shoot happening when I was there. So as I was just walking around, there was this couple in traditional Japanese like garments. I don't know what it's called. I don't think it's a yukata, because it looks way too fancy to be a yukata. Like in this photo over here, where I'm like putting my little mouse, there's like a bunch of people, and there's like the whole family, I think, there for the shoot as well. And the couple is somewhere at the back, right? The couple is also over here on the bridge. I can't kind of see them when I was like on the other side. I was like, oh, okay. It was really relaxing. And then I went to another temple area. This is not a temple. This is just like a relaxing garden, apparently, where there's just these stone monuments and different pavilions where you can just stay in, chill, and watch. And the entry fee is like $3, which is fine. They gotta maintain the place somehow. So you can tell the area here is really empty. And then over here, they were like, there was a family meeting going on, and I felt I was half imposing on them. How was the weather? Hot. Hot sun, cold wind, if that makes sense. I think it fluctuates between 18 to 25, which is way better than Singapore, but also really hot. I could wear a t-shirt and walk around at moments, and sometimes I put on like a hoodie or a jacket. Yeah, it's a nice weather, but the only part I didn't like is that because the weather kind of fluctuates between really hot and sweater weather, I gotta keep taking on and off. I have to always bring like an extra sweater just in case it gets colder, especially in the day. But yeah, there was a family meeting. It was really interesting. I saw like, I think I saw a couple, like an older couple, right? Like a married couple with their child, meet with one of the parents, one side parents. And I was like, oh, this looks interesting. And the wife was like, she looked Western, and she spoke perfect Japanese. And I was like, oh, this girl can speak Japanese. Like maybe she's mixed, but like she looked Western rather than Japanese, and she spoke like perfect Japanese when she was interacting with the parents. I was like, girl, you got good like speaking skills. I wish I had that. It was cute. Kind of saw a whole family moment there. And then after that, so from what I did in Kyoto was I actually was gonna meet a friend in Osaka, like a friend who also liked like anime and stuff. So we were going to explore Denden Town, and it was on the same day of this relaxing morning. So what I did was, after the whole relaxing trial, like here and here, I booked it to the train station to make it back to Osaka. And the thing is, from this Zen area, you could do like a 15-minute walk, and you will end up at Inari Station. So Inari Station is the station where the Torii gates are, the Fushimi Inari place. So 15 minutes from this very Zen area was just a packed load of people. And I think you'll see it when I do the video on it. But it was packed. I couldn't believe how vastly different one place could be just by walking for like 15 minutes. Yeah. So I think Denden Town is next, but it's at the end. Okay. But yeah, these are what crowds are like at very touristy areas. Do you see the amount of people? There's a lot of people at crowded areas. So like it's very contrasty. Like there's a very big contrast in like the very big shrines and the ones that the local people go to. Yeah. Here is when you see all the tourists lining up. And another thing is, I also, I kind of explored the area. And one thing that this place is known for is the Starbucks. It sounds weird, but this is the house or the Starbucks shop. And it's a very like rustic, older Starbucks. The Starbucks was built in a older traditional shop house, and it was really nice. I also got this dango, which if you don't know what dango is, it's like mochi in a ball, and the sauce is kind of a salty sweet mix of sauce, and it was good. It was just good. I had it with my Starbucks because there was no seating space, and there was so in Japan, one of the kind of like rules or like cultural rules that you should try and follow is not to, they don't eat as they walk. which is uncommon in a lot of places, cause like snacking as you walk is like is fine. But in Japan, normally they would like stay at a spot to eat and then they'll continue walking. Like they won't snack as they walk. Unless you're in Tokyo, cause Tokyo people don't really care, but the rest of Japan kind of care. So yeah, especially in Kyoto, which is known for like tradition. So you try and stick around the shop where you buy your food from, finish the food, throw it away at the shop, and then you continue on. Yeah. So it kind of applies everywhere in Japan, but from what I've seen, people in Tokyo care a little bit less about it. I think cause Tokyo is more westernized, I guess, than the rest of Japan. Yeah. So this is the famous shrine. This is, I think, the most, if not the second most famous thing to do in Kyoto, which is to go to the Kiyomizu-dera, which is a shrine in Japan. The other one is the Torii Gate one, known as the Fushimi Inari Shrine, which I didn't go. I think that one's more popular. It's a very nice place to go if you want to take a selfie with like 10,000 other people. But like this one had maybe like not as many people. So it's kind of like two parts. There's a little pagoda, and then there's this shrine, the main shrine. So one of the legends of Kiyomizu-dera, or well, maybe not legends, but it was in the past, was that I think it was the emperor or something, that they kind of like said that if you could jump off this pagoda or the ledge and you survive, you can get a wish granted by the emperor, something like that. So people have jumped off that cliff before in the past, maybe like hundreds of years ago, but people did to kind of get their wish granted, you know. I don't think anyone survived, but that was a thing. If you jumped and you survived, you get a wish granted. Don't do it now. No one's gonna grant your wish, but that happened in the past. So it was a pretty big fall though. Cause yeah, I think it's like 8 stories high. So you jump, yeah. You know, in the past, people wanna appease the emperor. And then over here, moving on from the jumping and the dying, and the wish granting, there's this little area where it's like a fountain. It's kind of like a ritual, I guess, where you kind of cleanse yourself and you kind of like get blessed. So what you do is people go up, they have a little scoop to get the water, the shrine water, and then you kind of like wash your hands with it, and then you pour the water back down. You kind of like put your thing straight. It's hard to explain it. When the video comes out, you'll see it soon, because I'm already at Kyoto in my video daily vlog. So soon you'll see it, the process. But basically it's kind of cool. And then, okay, this is kind of a mix of this and the next one. When I went back to Osaka. So I went to the Pokemon Center. I did not know that in the bigger Pokemon centers in Osaka and Kyoto, there is a ticket to wait in line. Just like USJ, you know, you need tickets for like everything here. But basically, this is not Osaka. This ticket was for the Osaka Pokemon Center. And in Osaka, I got that ticket at what time was it? I got that ticket at 12 p.m. The time slot was for 4:50 to 5. So that's a 10-minute window to enter the Pokemon Center. If you miss it, you kind of can't go in. Yeah, it's kind of bad. So I didn't go into the Osaka one, but when I went to the Kyoto one, which was a smaller Pokemon Center, there was no ticket. So I went in, and the thing about the Pokemon centers in Japan is that each Pokemon center has its own like little statue, because you know Pokemon is kind of there are a couple of games where the region is kind of based on a different place in Japan. So there's a place in Pokemon called Johto. So Johto, the Johto region is kind of like mimicked from Kyoto, and in Johto, the legendary Pokemon is Luigi, Luigi. Did I just say Luigi? Lugia and Ho-Oh. So their mascot is Ho-Oh and a Pikachu riding it. I just said Luigi. Why did I say Luigi? Okay, never mind. Basically, I went in and I got some stuff. Cause why not? I mean, Pokemon. I did not get the Sylveon. So Sylveon is my favorite Pokemon in Pokemon, okay? It's this really cute baby pink, baby blue Pokemon that's evolved from Eevee, the cutest Pokemon in the game, not Pikachu. But it's also a lot of Pikachu. So I got this little incense bag, which you can spray perfume, I guess, and then it will smell like perfume. The perfume you spray inside. And I got a gachapon, which I haven't opened yet, of a stuffed toy inside. So this is a gacha. You get a Pokeball, but you get one of the 9 Pokemons. Real life gacha. That's a thing. Real life gacha. Japan has made it work. Not just with gachapon, they have another system which I'll talk about where I spent a lot of money. Which one do I want? My top pick is always Eevee. Eevee is this Pokemon. The brown one. I like Eevee, okay? So, Eevee will always be my top pick. But to be honest, I like almost all of the first gen Pokemon. Except, Vulpix is kind of like, eh? So these 8 are all okay in my book. Vulpix is like, really? Vulpix? Why Vulpix, right? Like, I would take Squirtle. I would say Eevee. And then it's like Squirtle or Gengar is amazing. I love Squirtle. Squirtle is so cute. Everyone else is okay. I think I just want to avoid Vulpix if possible. But I've jinxed myself by saying that. Okay, but this is one of the top 3 things to do in Kyoto. It's called the Bamboo Forest, also known as Awashiyama Bamboo Forest. This is one of the things that's famous in Kyoto, along with the Kyu Mizudera and the Fushimi Inari-san. So of the top 3, I did 2 of the top 3. Okay. Gotta use reverse psychology, maybe. So this place is known for the very big bamboo. It is one stretch. That is basically it. It's one stretch of very tall bamboo. Yes. It is. You can walk it in less than 5 minutes and then it's done. And there's a lot of people standing everywhere, taking photos. That's it. I think the thing is, I have been to Awashiyama before, so I didn't have to take so many photos of the bamboo forest. I kind of like enjoyed my walk with like a billion other people. The thing that kept me, that made me laugh the whole time was there's this one dude walking in front of me, right? He was wearing this hoodie with, I don't know who that is, but that guy's just pointing at you. So whenever I stare at him, I'm like, this guy's just pointing at me, and I'm like, it's kind of funny. Okay. But the thing about Awashiyama that I liked a lot on this trip was not actually the bamboo part of the bamboo forest. It was everything outside of it. Because I think the bamboo forest had a lot of tourists. But the minute I left the bamboo forest and I walked along the back part of the bamboo forest and the river, there was less people and it was very chill. And I just had time to like sit by the water and like vibe and relax. Because most of the tourists are congregated in the one little street with all the bamboo. But the minute you leave it, it's like coffee, there's a river, you get food, you get ice cream. I sat by the river, by a ledge at the river, and just enjoyed my food. It was really nice. Except for the Arabica coffee. Okay, this coffee had like, I queued for an hour for it. There was way too many people, but like, I needed coffee. I know this coffee apparently is pretty good, and it was really good, by the way. The Kyoto blend was really good. I know that in Singapore too, 1 hour to get coffee. Yeah, 1 hour. I think it was an hour-ish. An hour like you had to first queue to get your order in, and after you get your order in, you got to queue again to get the coffee. Yeah, but it was really good coffee. I finished it in like 2 minutes though. Okay, maybe like 5 minutes. I tried to take my time. And as I was doing that, as I said, Kyoto had a lot of school students on like school visits, right? So behind me, it was a bunch of boys doing boy things on the kayaks. They were just shouting and being like little fools. And you know what? I loved that they did that. I was like having a very relaxing moment, and then those kids just started shouting like "Wah, the king of the world" or like something like that, but all in Japanese, right? And they were just like shouting at people who were sitting down on the ledge. Like they were interacting with people. I think they went up to girls, maybe because that boys they're kind of hitting on the older girls, right? So they're trying to talk to some like older girls sitting like behind me. And I was like, this is super funny. I just love it. These guys like made my day. They were so loud. They were so funny. I was like, oh my god, they were so animated. I was like, oh my god, you guys are damn funny. They're just like wow. Then I was like wow. It like internally, I was like calm. But I think everyone along that bank enjoyed whatever these kids were doing. They were like so fun. I'm pretty sure they're either in middle school or high school. I don't know which one of them. They seem kind of young though. Okay, but as I said before, it does bring up the mood. They were really fun. So one thing I did when I went back to Osaka because I had that unlimited train ticket, right? So I can take trains for free. Well, not for free, like I paid for it, so I gotta like make the most out of it. So when my friend was visiting Osaka, she likes anime stuff. I like anime stuff, so we were like, let's go to Den Town for like a day just to hang. So we read out. Okay, we looked at cards. Like if you ever know, like I grew up on a show called Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a card game. There's like the Blue Eyes White Dragon. That was the card back then, like the boss card, man. And here it costs 1,480,000 yen, which is really, really expensive. Cards are expensive, guys. And then I had namban chicken for lunch. It was raining the whole time. This is kind of like a view of what it's kind of like in Den Town. I think do I have overview of it when there's still light. And then I bought a pack of cards, even though I don't play the card game. But I watched this show. This show is called Butchie the Rock. Okay, it's a really cute show. The plot is memes. I really like this show. It's an anime. It's a slice of life anime, which is a genre that is it's just about life, I guess. But normally it's more uplifting. The show is a meme. It follows a girl called Bochi who has social anxiety, but she likes to play the guitar and always dreams of being a rock star, but she can't really handle talking to people. And it's a song with good music, surprisingly, right? I actually do like the music. It's rock, or it's like soft rock, right? And it's really funny. I don't know why. I just remember when the show came out, I really enjoyed it because it was one of the few shows that made me laugh at that period. And I really enjoyed it. I liked the show. It also cost me a lot of money. Not for this, but for something else later. Okay. But basically in Den Town, what you get is you get a lot of crane games. Japan is known for their crane games. So basically, I'm sure you've seen it in arcades, right? You put in the coin, you move the little crane, you try and get the toy. For whatever reason, I saw Curious George everywhere in Japan. And I don't know why Curious George is so popular. Like this monkey is known as Curious George, right? I don't know why it's so popular. I've seen it in every shop in Japan. Is George? Wait, do you know who Curious George is? He's everywhere in Japan. I don't know why. But why is he everywhere? I didn't manage to get him though, but I don't know why he's everywhere. He is everywhere in every single crane game shop, there is at least one machine that sells Curious George. I have no idea why. You loved watching it when you were younger. Yeah, it's like a childhood thing, but like monkey everywhere in Japan. I don't know why. He's just everywhere. He's everywhere. Okay. And then, like, you know, there's also a lot of. Oh, I guess Curious George though. They like him a lot. Yeah, I like Curious George too. I see you like Curious George. I guess Curious George is a global icon then. Maybe some might say even as popular as big artists around. But there's also a lot of like anime, manga, you know. Yes, he's a global icon. You wanna get a Taylor Swift concert ticket? What about watching some Curious George at home? They're just as popular. Oh, those Taylor Swift tickets though, hard to come by. But also I went to a lot of bookstores to look at books that are fully in Japanese that I can translate, but it will take way too long to translate, at least at my current level. So this is Bochi the Rock. It came from a manga, it became an anime. I've never read the manga, I've only watched the anime, and I'll say the anime is a vibe if you have time for 13 episodes. If you need like a uplifting show, you can watch Bochi the Rock. It's fun to watch. Plus, as someone who's introverted, I like watching Bochi. It kind of like you watch it and you're like, oh wait, that's me sometimes. But like it's really funny. Okay. And this is just some random anime photo that I took, cause I don't know what this is. And then there's a Genshin corner. You know, anime, Genshin. They're gonna sell Genshin merch. There was a whole like shelves at every store selling Genshin stuff. I didn't buy anything here yet, cause I think at least for my trip, I tried to save as much money until Tokyo, cause I know most of the things that I can get anywhere else in terms of like goods I can get in Tokyo. But you know, they had this little plushie of Child and Ganyu, and I was like, oh, that's really cute. I don't know why they did that, but that's really cute, you know. And this is a book I will recommend to anyone to read. Okay, if you like romance or you just like cute interactions, this is a manga or webtoon that I recommend. It just won #1 webtoon of the year. So they were promoting it. It is everywhere. I bought 2 copies of this book, okay? Cause like, and it's in full Japanese. I can't even fully translate it, but I still bought it. Okay. So the book is called Kini Natteru Hito ga Otoko ja Nakata. Okay, I probably butchered that in Japanese, but in English it is called The Guy She Was Interested In Wasn't a Guy at All. So this manga belongs in a genre called Yuri. So Yuri in Japanese means girl love. So it's kind of like a LGBTQ plus story. It is very safe though. There's no like intense romance. It's just very cute interactions between a girl and a girl that dresses like a guy. But basically the premise is you have this girl on the right who looks like has her hair down and everything. She is what is known as a gyaru. So a gyaru is kind of like a girl that likes to wear who's very flashy by Japanese standards. So in Japan, let's say if you're a student, you are expected to kind of like not wear makeup. You don't do your nails when you go to school. You don't dye your hair. But a gyaru is someone who defies that, and they kind of have that term stuck to them. Like, you know, they like wearing flashy nail polish. They like wearing makeup, wearing lipstick to school. They don't really care about what people say about that, because it's kind of like them showing their personality, which is very common like in the West, like to show your personality by how you dress. But in a more conservative society like Japan, especially in the past, I guess it's not. It's kind of like a rebel, and they kind of made a term for it. So this very flashy girl likes this guy who works at a CD shop. And the thing is, this very flashy girl who, like, people would think that she's the popular kid in school, right? So all the popular kids, they like their pop, they like J-pop, they like the latest artists. But this girl, she likes rock. Like, she likes rock and roll. Like, she likes Nirvana, even though she's like dressing like this pretty girl. And so she goes to this CD shop to like buy CDs and stuff, and she meets this guy, and she kind of thinks that this guy is her type. They share the same musical taste, and that's what kind of attracts her to him rather than his looks. And he looks kind of cool, he's like a rocker. But the problem is, this rocker is actually a girl, and this girl is actually her deskmate who sits next to her in school. So, and it kind of follows their cute little journey together. But so far, it's not really like a romance. It's kind of like a cute friendship interaction. At least if you read up to date on where the author currently is, you don't have to have the book. You can find translations of it online. You just gotta search the name. I'm sure you can find all the episodes. It's very short because rather than each chapter is only like 4 pages long, because this author is new. So the way this author kind of posts, they're independent artists, right? So what they do is they post their stories on Twitter. Is it complete? No, it's ongoing right now. I finished it in like I think 2 days. It's really fast, by the way, because it's very short. The artist, everything is actually fully uploaded on the artist's Twitter, because that's how they've been like giving their work, and then people really like it. It's 4 pages long each chapter. I think there's only 60 chapters. And the thing that's unique about this book is that traditional manga is in black and white. This thing is in black, white, and neon green, which you would think wouldn't work, but it's really, really pretty. Like the neon green, and it just works. I don't know how else to say it. It's the first time I've ever seen a manga done with color this way. And it's a very nice book. And I bought the book twice, because the first time I bought the book, it was a normal copy. But later on in my trip, when I went to another bookshop and I saw it, the author had a thank you card with their signature on it and another artwork that says thanks for voting for us for the book, for the story to reach #1 webtoon, right? So I just bought a second one. It's like $11. So what I did was I made sure I stay at a hostel, right? The hostel has a bookshelf, and I kind of left the other copy without the card in that bookshelf. So it's a really cute story. I support the author now after reading it. I think it's nice. Okay, so that's kind of what I did in Kyoto. Oh, it's been 2.5 hours. Oh my gosh, I'm only halfway through. Okay, I thought I would be done by like 2 hours. I guess not. Oh, this is such a moody song. Can I change my song? Let me drink some water first. Okay, so moving on is Nico. So Nico is in East Japan, and it's near to Tokyo rather than Osaka. So Nico is known for autumn, which you can tell from the leaves. It's kind of not autumn yet. It's like transiting into autumn. So that was kind of sad. I thought when I went there, it would be like fully red, but no, it's like green, yellow, and red. I think if you want to see autumn foliage, you gotta go mid to end November, which I kind of miscalculated. I thought it would be October, because I thought by November it would be winter, but I guess not. Which I get a pass for not knowing because I don't experience 4 seasons in Singapore, okay? It should be. Yeah, but climate change and everything, I guess it isn't anymore. I think now it's in autumn because right now, when I was in Japan, the seasons were in the middle of changing. And I think even this week, after I came back, it is still changing rather than completely changed to autumn. Which is really sad. I think autumn is my favorite season. Like, I always experience summer, but I always like autumn the most. Like, the vibes, the color scheme and everything. So I really like autumn looks. So I didn't really get to see autumn in full bloom. So maybe next year I'll go back to Japan again for autumn. And I will know this time to go there in November and not October. Go there, but I'm sure a lot of people will go there in November. But you know what? I'll pay a little bit more to see the autumn foliage and have consistent weather rather than sporadic weather, because seasons are changing, rather than having a consistent weather. Because it was annoying when the weather keeps like flipping. Like one day it's super hot, one day it's super cold. Because I guess it's a change in seasons. I guess that's what happens when seasons change. Okay, but basically, when I arrived in Nikko, the trip from Kyoto to Nikko took, I think, like around 8 hours. I had to take 4 different trains home. Because to get from Kyoto to Nikko, the first thing I had to do, or from Kyoto to Nikko and my accommodations in Nikko, is I have to go from Kyoto. I have to take a train from Kyoto Station to Tokyo Station, and then from Tokyo Station, I gotta go to Nikko Station, and then from Nikko Station, I gotta go to a station called Shin Imachi, and then from Shin Imachi, I gotta go up to my accommodations, which is a 1 hour train ride away. Now, the thing about this is, the further you get from the city, trains get more infrequent. So the trains within Nikko come every about 1 hour. And I gotta take 2 trains in Nikko to get to my accommodation. So I left in the morning, I reached there and it was dark. It was like 6 p.m. And light ends really fast for whatever reason. It's closer to winter, I guess. Or like it's closer to autumn. So there's no light basically. This was how I had to find my accommodations. There's no light whatsoever. Just me and my luggage. And I think I got lost for about 30 minutes. And the thing is, Google Maps told me my accommodations was only a 5-minute walk from the station. But because there was no light and I couldn't find where the accommodations was, I walked around in circles trying to find it, and I couldn't find it, only to realize after like 30 minutes, yeah, it's dark. There are no street lamps, by the way. Like, there's a couple street lamps here and there, not a lot. So the thing about my accommodations is, there is the entrance to the place. There is no walking path, so you have to walk by the car path, and it goes underground to this. So like, from the main road, there's this little driveway to go underground, and this driveway leads you to this floor, which is level 5, and level 5 is where the reception is. But level 5 is on the ground floor. So the thing is, this accommodations is mainly underground. Because we are apparently on a cliff. And I did not know that until I saw the numbers. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. But my accommodations was nice. We made it. I stayed at a place called Ryokan. So in Japan, a Ryokan is a traditional Japanese inn. So inside my room looks something like this on the left. It's all tatami mats. You get a futon for a bed. They give you a kimono for your outfit, so you can walk around the lounge when you get food and everything in your kimono. There's like a little, a little chair. This is a tea set, by the way, and like everything is nicely decorated traditionally. The lifts are decorated. There's like carpeted flooring. The best part of a ryokan is the onsen. I have no pictures of the onsen because people are naked there, and there's no way for me to take a photo of the onsen. But you can search out onsens. So, an onsen in Japan is it's a hot spring, and in Japan people like taking baths, and public baths are where people basically get naked together and bathe together. But it's separated by gender. So there's the women's bath, there's the male bath. If you're, I don't know, a couple and want to bathe together, you can always book a private bath, and then that's when there's mixed gender there. But usually for most people, baths are separated by gender. But you do see a bunch of like people naked of your own gender, which might be weird for the first time you do it. I've been to onsens before, so I was like, it's alright. I mean, it's okay because it's like same gender too, so it's fun. You soak in hot water and it's amazing. I think I bathed so much, and I bathed for so long in hot water, and I will keep staying in the hot water by like hot water. So like the thing in onsen, you're supposed to kind of like shower and then you go into the onsen. So like the whole level would be like a bath, and then there's like a little stools with like showers and bathtub, like little pails for you to use for water. So you'll bathe and then you dip in the onsen, and then you'll go back out to bathe again with soap, and then you go back into the onsen. So what I would do is that after that, because like the water is very hot in the onsen, right? So after a while, I would go back, I would cold shower to like cool down, and then go back in the onsen, because it's just so relaxing. And I'll only leave the onsen once, like, when your fingers get all wrinkly because you've been in the bath too long. Then I'm like, okay, I'm done. But yes, onsens are amazing. I'm a fan of onsens and hot springs. They're really nice to be in. So the thing is, on that day, I also decided to walk from my accommodations to the next station so that I could explore the town a bit. What I didn't know was that the place I stayed in was called Onsen Town, right? But the Onsen Town is like congregated together near the main station. Where I stayed at was at the next station after the main town. And in between my onsen and that place is a bunch of rundown, abandoned onsen hotels. I mean, abandoned hotels and ryokans. Like, all these buildings you see here, they are fully abandoned and run down. So that was fun and kind of probably scary at night. But I only went there in the day. But I could imagine that's like a little sussy at night. Not gonna lie, even in the day it looks very, very destroyed, very debilitated. And I was like, ooh, I do not want to be here at night after knowing how dark everything is. There's no street lamps, by the way. And also, I walked on this little suspension bridge. You see this bridge here? Yeah, it was suspended by cables. That's about it. And I was like, wow. I ran there, took this shot, ran out. Thought I could continue the other way, but nope. I had to come back on the bridge, on a very shaky bridge again. In this like little abandoned shaky bridge area. Which was fun. And then I had like the most expensive meal I ever had in Japan when I went to this very expensive lunch, which was for steak. And I had a Hamburg steak at this steakhouse, which was very fancy. But you know what? I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it because it looks nice. And it's very expensive, but it's It's like $50 around there, which was way more money than I spent on any other like food area in Japan. But you know what? I don't regret it. Let me change the song. So this looks very, yeah, so it came with, for one, service and a full course meal. I kind of added the course myself because I was like, I don't want just meat. So the course starts with like some vegetables, a salad. You get a very nice soup. And what soup is that? It's like it's a soup from Hokkaido. They say it's like Hokkaido based something soup. The person told me what it was when they served it to me. I didn't know. It was kind of milky. I think it's a Hokkaido based mushroom soup. It was really creamy and milky. Really good. Yeah. So I had the soup. Then after the soup, they kind of gave me the Hamburg steak. There was a whole like performance, like, okay, not performance, but like the person was like, oh, here is your little bib to wear. I was like, okay, it's a bib. They even took a little bib for like my camera, so like I was recording the whole thing. So my phone was at the side here with my DSLR, like my camera. So the person took like a whole like bib and covered it for me so that none of the oil stains would kind of like get onto either me or my camera. And then they started to help pour the sauce onto the steak, and then they covered the steak to let it cook, and then they helped me take it out. And the steak was amazing, like super good. It was super good. And I had this bread which was just as good. I took the bread, I dipped it in the steak like sauce, and I was like, oh, what good food. I wish I would, even though it was like pretty expensive, I would eat there again. And then after that, they gave me this really good cheesecake that I think is the best cheesecake I had in Japan. Well, even in Singapore, it's one of the better cheesecakes. They had this little cranberry sauce at the side, and gave me a little coffee with like cream, so like a latte, I guess, in a way. No, not a latte. I guess it's not frothed milk, but yeah, I got that, and it was very calm and quiet until like a group of tourists came in and became entertainment for me, because I was like quietly eating my lunch, and then I saw the miscommunication happen between a Japanese tour guide and a bunch of Italian women on vacation, and them trying to communicate, and then the Japanese lady trying to communicate to the waiter who only spoke Japanese, and her trying to speak Italian. And I know like I think she isn't 100% fluent in Italian, but she knows conversational Italian. So I could hear a struggle. There was a whole struggle of them trying to get medium rare steak, and I was like, this is interesting. Like I don't speak Italian, but when they said medium rare, they were saying it in English, so I kind of understood that there was a whole debate going on like, I think they were saying they want medium rare, like the type of steak, but the translator kind of thinks that they want medium and rare, and then she got confused on how they can have both medium and rare on the same steak. And I was just there listening to this happen for like 10 minutes until they kind of like understood each other. And then the waiter just came by. He kind of was like confused because like he doesn't understand Italian, and then the lady translating is trying to decipher everything, so he like left, and then he came back later, and then they got the order. And I was like, well, I stayed to see them until they got served their order, which was kind of funny. Oh my gosh, yeah, it was. I think I felt stressed for the translator, and I could really see a difference between like the Japanese lady and the Italian ladies in terms of like culture. Because I think in Italy you're more like outspoken, you're more like expressive, and then she's like more like in Japan you're more conservative, you're a little bit more meek, is meek the right word, but you're more conservative, right? And I could see it. I could see the clash happen before my eyes, and I was like, oh damn, girl, you're having a stressful moment right now. You deserve a good steak. At the end of that. Okay, but this was my lunch. And then after that, I went to Central Nico, which was like Nico National Park. So there are three main parks, right? In Nico. I mean, three main parks. There's one main park in Central Nico and three main shrines that people normally visit. So I visited all three. Each one came with a ticket price, but I was like, since I'm already there, I might as well just like go for it. I don't know if I'll come back. So the first one I went to was by far the biggest. I think it's called the Treasure House. And you kind of pay, there's like different tickets, right? So the ticketing is kind of split. You can either get a combo ticket where you can can either go for all three, you can go for these two, or just one. The main treasure house, the red one, is kind of compulsory no matter what. But I have to say that this treasure house kind of and this the green one is kind of like a museum, a small curated museum with a garden. So if I were to rank them, it's green is the last, red is second last, and the best one is the blue one. So this is kind of This kind of is like a little, you kind of view a little temple, museum, and on the inside, the biggest thing that you can see, which you are not allowed to take a photo of, is three big Buddhist statues made of gold. That's about it. But for the blue one, you kind of get to go to a whole other area that you have to walk about 15 minutes to, which is this whole little area. So this is the temple, right? This red area, this is the treasure house, where they house like the treasures, But this red area, which I can't take photos past this point, kind of has like a whole like mass of temples within the area. It was really fun. One thing I regret was that I'm not conversational in Japanese, because when I went to this one area, one of the staff was like telling people to sit down and he would tell you the story of the place. So all the Japanese locals did it, and I think they understood what he was saying, but like I didn't understand the tour, so I kind of left. Like I stayed for a while and then I left. Here, Central Nico. Then the second shrine is called I forgot the name. This is the second shrine. This was the cheapest shrine to go into. The outer side, just like every other shrine area, you could get your little stamp book or like shrine amulets or like little blessing tokens to bring home. There was also this nice gate and a lot of stone lanterns. So one thing I learned is that the stone lanterns are something that's like donated to the temple. And there are a lot of these stone temples all over Nikko National Park. You see a line of them here. And inside this area, one of the main things you can see is a wishing tree, which is this tree. It's known as the wishing tree. So on the side, which I didn't manage to take a photo of, I have a video of it though, but like a little bell that people will ring and then they'll pray to the tree. Or not pray, but they will ask for their wish to the tree to kind of get it granted. So it's called the wishing tree. That's what this is. And then the final temple in the national park is kind of the main attraction. Almost everyone kind of goes to Nikko National Park for this temple alone, because it's For one, the temple is the place with the see no evil, hear no evil, say no evil monkeys that is kind of like engraved into the architecture of the place, and it's one of the most lavish temples in Japan because this temple has gold, okay, and a lot of like small wooden carvings of people. You can see the gate is very grand, right? So this is I think it's called the Toshugu Temple, and it was really famous. Who would have known? Gold makes things famous, but it's a pretty nice temple. I really like this temple as well. What I didn't like was that there's a trail up these flight of stairs, and then more flights of stairs, and then more flights of stairs, many steps of stairs to go up to this place, which is where there are a lot of tourists, not as much as Kyoto or Osaka. So Nikko in general has tourists, but not as much as the main areas of Japan, which is Kyoto, Osaka, and Tokyo. So actually, if you avoid these three areas, which is like the main parts of Japan, the main tourist areas, there will be tourists, but there will be less. Yep. But one thing is, over here you see a lot of local tourists, so a lot of people from over Japan will come to Nikko. I think it's a getaway for a lot of like locals, and then there's some tourists as well. What helped me was that there was this tour group by this American guy and a bunch of other Americans, and he spoke perfect Japanese, and I think he's been doing this for a while. He's a tour guide, and he probably lives in Japan, and he was kind of like explaining the place in English, and I was just kind of like shadowing them, walking at the side, like ho ho hee hee. Maybe I don't understand English, but I'm like listening to him explain everything very generically, but I'm like, okay. There are also English signs, so you can kind of like translate yourself, but basically all these steps go up to a place called like the cat tomb, or the cat something, because at the end there's a little gate with a cat engraved on it, and if you walk even more steps up, you'll end up in this tomb, because this is at the top of this shrine is the tomb of the guy who made the shrine. So I guess it's nice to walk up there to see this. I did that. And then that is a central Nikko, or like a Nikko National Park, and the central area of Nikko. So I spent, I think, about 3 days in Nikko, or like 2 full days. I spent another half day and another to travel to Nikko. But then after that, I kind of went to like even further out of Nikko into the wilder areas, or like the more less tourists are here. A lot of locals. I think the only people I saw here were locals and the occasional tourists. So this was in the closer to one of the big lakes in Nikko, known as Lake Chuzenji, I think. This is the lake. You can see people are like paddling closer to the bay area, and we are very close to the bigger mountains. And what is over here is that I did like a hiking trail around the circumference of the lake, which took about 3 hours, if I'm not wrong. And to even get to the lake, I had to take a bus. So the hiking trail kind of looks like this. It looks kind of the same throughout, but sometimes you walk through a town area and then you'll go back into the forest again. But it was really chill. It's a trail rather than an uphill or up a mountain hike, so it was fun. I really enjoyed it. I even took breaks here and there to just, because sometimes in the trail there are like little park benches and a very nice area to like sit, and I brought a book with me, so I sat in the sun, read a book, read like a chapter, continued moving on, and that took me about 3 to 4 hours to complete the trail. And the main point of this trail is that at one point, it kind of branches out to a place called Ryuzu Falls, which is this place, which is this little waterfall, which kind of like goes all the way up. But I ran out of space in this slide to put more. It will be in the video. And Nikko is known as one of the top destinations in Japan to see autumn foliage, which is I think why it is occurring faster than the rest of Japan. Like the red trees, like it's not a lot, but from photos in full autumn, you see like everything is red, red and gold. So like it's really starting even though it's only in October. But it was nice. Yeah, it was nice. And the thing is, I said that you need a bus to get there, right? So one of the paths the bus driver has to do is this you see this winding trail? Yeah, I was on that trail. That's where the bus has to go through to get you to this lake. And in full autumn, everything is red. It's not yet that autumn, but this was a ride because this was uphill and then there's a downhill when you go back down. So this trail was interesting. I think you just felt the bus keep swerving. And I'm like, this bus driver has some skills, man. He has skills. And in Nikko, I also had a lot of snacks. Okay, so I had this thing is a Neko pudding. Neko means cat. So there's a cat pudding shop in Nikko that's famous. The pudding is okay. It's not anything fancy, but what I went there for was that when you buy the pudding, they come in a little glass jar and you get to keep the glass jar. The glass jar is really nice. I still have it with me. I should probably wash it again because it probably still smells like pudding. Other than that, I also got an egg tart and I got a blueberry egg tart, which was really nice. There was some miscom between me and the store owner. I actually wanted the standard egg tart, but I ended up getting the blueberry one. But I do not regret it because I think the blueberry gave it an extra kick. And then, hands down, I got the best snack I've had in Japan, which is this Nikko H Yuba Manju. So, what this is you can see me eating it here. I think I ate it the minute I found out about this. I ate one every day, and then I bought a pack of 5 to bring to Tokyo to eat there. So what this snack is, right? This snack is a snack where the core comprises of red bean paste, which is what you see here, and it is coated in tofu skin, and then it is deep fried in tempura batter and topped off with a salt, like some sprinkles of salt, and it's just amazing. It's like a sweet savory mix, cause it's sweet red bean paste, and then covered with like a tempura batter which is a bit more savory, and you'll get some salt which is savory as well. And it is hands down best snack or best traditional snack I've had in Japan. I miss it. I wish I could get more of it, but apparently I think it's only sold in Nikko. I guess it's their local specialty. Okay, and after Nikko, I kind of went back to Tokyo. So Tokyo was kind of like a rush. Like I found that compared to every other city, Tokyo felt like there was a lot of things to do. And I barely covered Tokyo in 5 days when I was there for 5 days. Yeah, I was in Tokyo for 5 days, but it kind of like it zoomed past in Tokyo. So one thing I did was I had a lot of coffee in Tokyo. I think I found my favorite coffee place, which is known as Blue Bottle. I think they have chains outside of Japan as well. But hands down, I had the best mocha I've ever had at this coffee chain. I also had local coffee from a brand called Dotor, which I've been to before. But the thing is, their coffee is kind of weak, but they have this grilled cheese, or like this grilled cheese bread sandwich, which is basically bread and a slice of cheese melted on top, and it's really good. Whenever I go to Japan, I can't have it. And these are kind of like the vibes of like the shopping districts. So in Tokyo, there's really a lot of shopping. So Shinjuku, Shibuya, Omote, Sando, these places are known for shopping, and Harajuku is also in the area, and they're all kind of in the same area. More so for Shibuya, Omote, Sando, and Harajuku, they're all within walking distance from each other, but they all have different fashion styles. So Shibuya is kind of like your normal town fashion. It's like your streetwear. You have your like fancy Japanese clothing. Omaite Sando is a lot of your branded goods. So that's where you see the very expensive brands, your Gucci, your Dolce & Gabbana, all the very expensive brands. And then Harajuku is where you get very niche fashion senses, like your punk rock looks, your Lolita fashion. That's all in Harajuku, right? But then on another day, we went to a place called Tsukiji Fish Market. So Tsukiji Fish Market used to be very popular for having an inner market and an outer market. Where in the inner market, if you go very early in the day, you can see a live auction for the tuna happen. So this is normally the market where most of the sushi and sashimi gets purchased, I think, in the world, and then it gets shipped out from Tsukiji. But I think since the pandemic, like they're already moving, but the inner market kind of moved to a different area. So the live auction happens somewhere else. Yeah, it's really nice. But the outer market, which sells all the food, happens still in Tsukiji. So Tsukiji is now known, I think, for the outer market where you can buy food. But there was just so many people. There were so many people. Do you see this crowd? There was endless crowds of people. It didn't help that I went there on the weekend. So like I think I went there on a Saturday, and there was so many people. Every queue was about 30 minutes long to get food, like to get a snack. I think this snack took me about 40 minutes. I also got like an omelette roll, and that took like 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, but I think the crowd just kind of killed the vibe for me. Compared to every other market I've been, this one had so much people. What snack is that? Oh, so this is one of the best snacks I had there. This is a koke. So it's like deep fried potato. So inside it's like potato and I think like a curry sauce. And on top this is a what's it called? It's the red sauce. It's that Japanese red sauce. I forgot what is it called. It's not spicy. It's like fish roll. So there's like fish roll, and then inside is a koke with like a curry. This is good. This is really good. But there's another one which I don't have a photo of that my friend got, and I got a bite of it. It's the seafood one, because that's where you get the koke, and it's topped off with like a bunch of seafood. That one was good. That one was great. The queue was worth it because of that. And you know the thing is, there was a miscom between me and my friends. Cause like I think one of my friends was like, oh, since you guys are queuing for food, I'm gonna go and get like drinks for you guys. So we're like, oh, okay, sure. So it was like, do you guys want lemon sour? Which I remember I said that was my favorite cocktail, so they sell it here. Because we saw people holding it, they were like, alright, sure, you can go and get it, but we get the food. So me and my other friends, we went to get the food, and we realized that the store selling this also sold lemon sour. So we were thinking, oh, maybe this is where they got the lemon sour from. So we tried to contact our friend who we sent off on the little mission, but he didn't reply us. But we were at the front of the queue. So what we did was we bought a lemon sour for each of us. And then, you see, that's where the problem came, was that when we realized that this wasn't the only store that sold lemon sours, so each of us had 2 lemon sours when he came back with drinks for all of us. And that was when we were like, why didn't you reply us? And he was like, oh, I was carrying the drinks. And we're like, oh no, now we all gotta drink 2 times the amount of like alcohol. Which I guess could be good for some people. But we also had no place to eat, by the way. We had to like stand up in the middle of the street to eat, which was it was super crowded. And oh, I'm out of water. Okay, I'm gonna go get some water for a bit. I do not have my water chat overlay. Wait, I can get it. Let me get a little bit of water. Where's my water? There we go. There we go. Okay. Let me get some water. I'll be back. Hello, I'm back. I have run out of like normal water. I'm only left with hot water. Put a bunch of ice cubes in my water, but somehow it is not getting cold. I am back. Okay. Let's continue on with my report. I have overrun. I thought I'll be done in 2 hours. It's been 3. Well, now, Tokyo is a place of spending money. So we went to a place called Kiddieland in the shopping district, which sold a bunch of toys basically, but it was kind of like aimed at both adults and, well, it was aimed at us, okay? Look, they sold like Kirby, they sold like Sunreal, like Cinnamon Roll. They sold this little thing. I forgot what it's called, but I bought 2 of it. It's like a little man that glows in the dark, which is pretty cool. Okay, it glows in the dark. They sell the little penguin, which is very popular, as well as this little cat, and also Pokemon. Yeah, it's cute stuff. See, the thing about the Pokemon is a gacha. You kind of get you buy a blind box, you get a 1 in 6 chance of getting what you want, and I really want this Sylveon. And the thing is, I did not get the Sylveon, and we had to try multiple times, and of course different times, between me and my friend to to get what we want. But you know what? It took a little bit, because I think the thing is, it's a 1 in 6 chance, right? So I think 1 box, it costs a lot of money. It costs like $11 for 1 box. So my friend wanted one with Pikachu and Altaria. I don't have a picture of it now, but Pikachu is, you know who Pikachu is, right? And then Altaria is like the bird with the fluffy wings. Okay, so there's one with Altaria, and then the Sylveon. I want the Sylveon one, my friend wants the Altaria one. I got a dragon Pokemon known as Dragonput, which I did not want, but it was decent. It was decent. And then another day we went back to another Kiddieland, cause Kiddieland is like a chain store, right? Another day we went back to another Kiddieland. My friend bought one after seeing me buy one, so we both bought another one because I really want Sylveon. I don't want this stupid dragon. My friend got Altaria with like the Pikachu, so he got what he wanted. And meanwhile, the thing is, I put the same one. I got 2 of the same dragons. So I lost the gacha. I lost the 50-50 twice to the same thing. I got a duplicate twice. And I was like, how did this happen? There's 1 in 6 chance. I got the same guy twice. I don't need another one. But you know what? My friend kind of like pulled through. He kind of bought another one and said that, you know what? If I get what you want, I'll swap it with the dragon, because I don't mind the dragon. And he did it. He got the goods. He got the Sylveon. It was so hype. We were so happy. I think he was more happy than me, because somehow he got all the luck. I don't know where his luck came from. It was so lucky. But also, he kind of damaged the boxes by like really feeling the boxes to try and find out which one was the one he wanted, you know? Or like we wanted. It was so hype. I don't know how to explain it now, but if I put it in video, it's ooh, we just shouted. I think cause like we held the box, and cause we wanted Sylveon, right? We were waiting for the Pokemon Center, so we went to the Pokemon Center. We went to all the stuffed toy of Sylveons, and we screamed in front of it, and then like all the kids looked at us. They were like, "Oh, don't look at us, kids." Cheats? Hey, it's not really cheating. It's being tactical. Now, okay, this is where I lost a lot more money. So we have learned that in Japan they have gachapon, right? Where you do the little capsule toy. We also learned that they have these blind boxes where normally there's a 1 in 6 chance you get something that you want, right? But there is one other gacha that Japan is known for, and it is known as a kuji. So what is a kuji? A kuji is a lottery system. So I said that I like this show called Bochi the Rock, right? So Bochi the Rock, they had this kuji, which is a lottery system. And one of the items in there is this cute little, look at this, standing like toy. Do Do you see it? It looks so cute, right? Like there's a lot of stuff, but this is the one. So what a kuji is it's a lottery. You basically are buying a lottery ticket, and based on the alphabet on the lottery ticket, you get a prize. So the prize goes from A to I. Okay, so I think for this Butchie the Rock one, it goes A B C D are posters of the characters, which I don't want. E is the one that we want. E are the small little figurines that you put on your desk, right? They look really, really cute. The thing is, E is a blind box. So basically, you need to first hit the letter E, which is a blind box. And then for the blind box, you gotta hit the character that you want. So after gachaing once, you need to gacha again to get the character that you want. So you gotta gacha twice. So basically you're fighting all kinds of luck right here. Okay. And I think F is like a little standing acrylic thing. And then if you get G, you get a file folder. If you get H, you get a little pin. I, you get a little sticker. So I wrote 3 times in this place. I got 2 files and a sticker, which is the last 2 prizes. And you need to know that so far, all of the little gacha that we've been doing is $3, right? Okay, $3 is a little bit expensive. This one is $7 for one. Immediately that was $21 right there. And then I was like, it can't end there. There must be a trick. So one thing about the kuji that I've learned after trying the first time, and I did it. Okay, well, in the first time I kind of didn't learn anything. We did this a second time where I wrote for it another 3 times. I mean, so a total of 6 times. That's immediately $70, right? Almost $50 right there. Rolling another 3 times. And then I think I got another 2 clear files, another file. I got one of these things, and I think another sticker. So I lost again. I didn't even get like the top few prizes, or this one. This is not even the top prize, by the way. So my gacha luck was nowhere. It was non-existent at all. The whole time I was rolling for this. I don't know why. I just want to beat the system. But then I kind of learned that there was a trick to the system, or like you can be smart for it. So there is, if you go by the counter, I'll probably do when I do my vlogs, I'll probably do a video on it so people know how to game the system, kind of. Even though it's public knowledge to probably the Japanese people, but for like foreigners doing it, they have a poster by the counter, the cashier normally, with how many of each tickets that are available in the pool. So when you draw the ticket, you kind of like put your hands into like a lottery box and you take out a ticket. But there's a certain number of tickets in each pool. So maybe in a pool of, let's say, 50 tickets, right? There'll be 2 A's, 2 B's, 2 C's, 2 D's, maybe 5 E's. There'll be 10 F's and like 10 G's. And then there'll be more of the lower prizes, less of the higher prizes, right? So every time that someone rolls within that pool of tickets, what happens is you get the alphabet, and that's a sticker. They will stick the sticker on the poster that shows the total amount of pools available and how many have been claimed. So you can kind of go to each store, because it happens in multiple stores, right? You can go to the stores and see what has been claimed. And if the odds are that a lot of people take the lower prizes, there are higher odds of you getting what you want. So it's kind of like you can kind of like game the system, or like you can actually kind of plan Whether it's like nicely put for you is another chance. But what I realized after spending, I think like $50 here, was that the chance of me getting this was like a 1 in 30, because everything else has been claimed except for 1. And my friend S and I were like, that's kind of stupid. The odds of getting it was so low. So we did not get it. We did not get it here. But what I learned in Tokyo is that at a place called Akihabara, there's another chance, which I'll talk about soon. Because apparently I didn't put it here. Like right in the next slide. But also we went to a place called Golden Guys. When we finally get out of buying and purchasing little small cute things, we do more adult things, we go drinking. So Golden Guy is a street or a series of streets in Shinjuku in Tokyo, which is known for having many small bars. I think it's a 6 streets with 200 bars, and each bar is kind of unique. There are bars that are themed, and there are bars that have a different vibes from each other. So one thing that Japan is known for apparently, and Korea has this too, it's called a pre-drink. So this drink, you drink it before you start drinking alcohol, and it's supposed to alleviate any symptoms you get from a hangover. And I like to say that it works because like I drank it, my friends drank it, and the next morning we felt nothing. There was no hangover, we were perfectly fine to continue the day normally. I think inside the key ingredient, I think it's turmeric, and I think that's supposed to help alleviate alcohol, right? So in the 200 bars, some people like to hop from bar to bar, some people like to stay at one bar and then continue drinking there. So why some people hop is because they want to experience different bars. Why some people stay is because some bars have a cover charge. So in order to dine at the bar, you got to pay, let's say, $8 as an entry fee. And I think this is done to prevent people from bar hopping. But, to each their own. Some bars don't have entry fees at all. So that's kind of cool. We went to one that didn't have an entry fee, and it was English friendly, so the staff kind of knew English. The idea of these small bars is that normally the bars are small, so you can interact with the bartender. Some of the bartenders are like older ladies, some are grandmas. I saw one with a grandma inside, and all her patrons were like Japanese locals. I think it was really cool. I wanted to go in, but like for one, my Japanese I think isn't fluent enough to speak to probably what's a full Japanese bartender, and 2, it was really crowded, there was no space. So we went to this cafe, which is decorated with bills and like things from people who visited the bar. So like I think me and my friends, we found like someone's driver's license, we found someone's student card, and people just like left it in the bar along with notes and messages on the notes, and it was a cool bar. And then in Tokyo, there's also a place known as Tower Records, which I think I mentioned I saw in Kyoto before. But this is the one that is huge, okay? So it's its own building. They have their own merchandise. They sell raincoats. I have no idea why, but I took a photo because I was like, this is such interesting merch. They sell vinyls, they sell CDs, they have floors for international artists, they have floors for Japanese artists. So I think one thing that's pretty cool, because I think this is their main brick and mortar CD shop, is that they usually, if an artist has a booth, you would see their signature signed on the booth, which means they've probably visited once in their career to put their signature there. But it was very fun. It was nice to see. I didn't know CDs were still so big, but I've learned that CDs have better audio quality than like streaming from like YouTube or Spotify. And I think the vibes are nice, and I bought CDs. CDs are expensive. That's what I learned. I think I had a basket that carried about $200 worth of CDs, because one CD could go for $50, which is really expensive for a CD. But I'm glad I got it, because the one that I got for $50 is like it's really cool. It's like, it comes with a lyric book, and the lyric book is done in the mode of a photo album. I like it. Expensive though. And yep, this is the artist I say I liked again. Yaosobi down here. This is a very popular Japanese artist that I think is very popular in the US as well. This place has vibes. 10 out of 10. And then I went to another place with another Pokemon Center. And this was in the Paco building in Shibuya. So Shibuya is one of the main shopping districts in Tokyo. I think there was a lot of like geeking out. There was this one floor, or this one building had the Nintendo store, it had a Pokemon Center, it had a Shonen Jump store, it had a Capcom store, and it had an Evangelion store. I did not notice it was still there. Getting new water is gone. I did not notice that. We forgot about that. Well, now it is gone. Thanks for the reminder, Aya. Okay. Yes, so yeah, basically you can geek out, you can buy merchandise. You also just noticed that. I think it's blending in with the white. Yeah, so like the Radio Eva store is there's an anime, it's a 90s anime or 80s anime called Evangelion. But I think it was a show that I haven't watched, but even I know of, because of how important it was, I think, to the animation industry in Japan to become internationalized, because I think a lot of the West and countries outside of Japan started knowing of anime because of Evangelion, this one anime. Yeah, I know, the silver one's mine, by the way. The silver one's, it's adorable. So like, okay, so you know what? Okay, so in all the Pikachus, all of the Pokemon centers, there's this campaign going on called My Pikachu. So there are a bunch of Pikachus with different expressions, different ear shapes, and different hand and ear placements. So this is a campaign, My Pikachu. Yeah, it's called My Pikachu. Hello, Flemio. How are you? How are you doing? So the My Pikachu campaign, I think is ending soon, by the end of October. So what you can do at these Pokemon Center is you can buy a Pikachu, and it comes with a tag. So the tag, what you can do for the tag is it comes with the Pikachu. You can get it made for free. You can put your nickname for the Pikachu on the tag, along with what type, the attributes of the Pikachu, the nature of the Pikachu, and then the date that you got Pikachu. So it's kind of like, you know, your Pokédex entry, but on a plushie. And I saw Smug Pikachu, and I had to get Smug Pikachu. Okay. And other than that, so one of my friends, he is into Pokemon, but the older generation, and his favorite Pokemon is Espeon. He's one of the guys that is traveling with me. So when I kind of explored this part myself. So I saw these little plushies for the keychains, and they're so cute. I had to get them, and they're like actually not like too big, and you can actually put them as a keychain, right? He likes Espeon, I like Sylveon. So the problem is, when I went to this store, it was kind of late at night, right? It was about 8 p.m. They were gonna close. So there was actually only 2 EV evolutions left on the rack, which was Glaceon and Vaporeon. So I thought it was sold out, but I was like, okay, it can't be sold out, because like they probably have to restock. It's probably in the back, right? So I kind of asked one of the staff at the front, like, oh, do you have any more of the Sylveon and Espeon plushies? Like, I translated it to Japanese, I showed it to him. Then he was like, oh, there's no more. Then I was like, oh, did it sell out? So I was kind of confused. I thought there'll be more. It's kind of sad. So I took my little Pikachu and I went to the counter to buy it. And I decided to ask again. I decided to ask like the cashier instead. When do you, if I come back tomorrow, would you actually restock it by then? Maybe they don't hold the plushies there. And this time, this cashier, she is like the GOAT. She actually bothered to check. Like, she had the mic and she like started asking people to check for stock. And then I was like, wait, the guy at the front didn't even bother doing that. The guy at the front was super like, he was actually, you could tell he's disinterested. He was like, oh yeah, there's no more. But this girl at the cashier, she was like, oh, she was like actually like kind of friendly. And she was like, let me check. She kind of like, oh, then she was like, she took out her phone, she started using Google Translate to like, kind of like tell me like, oh, I think at first she misunderstood. She thought I wanted a plush of Eevee, but I was like, no, I wanted one of the, and she was telling me that, oh, we only have plushes of the Eevee's friends, which is like all of the Eevee evolutions. But I'm like, I want the evolutions, okay? I want Sylveon and I want an Espeon because my friend wants Espeon. I want Sylveon. So I kind of showed her the photo and she was like, ah, okay. And then she kind of checked with the bag and then she was like, we have them, do you want them now? I was like, yes, I want them now. Thank you so much. And I was like, yes, please. And I think I shouted because she was shook and I was shook and like people turned and I was like, okay, don't look at me. I was just happy that I got my Sylveon, okay? And then like immediately after, like someone from the back came with the two plushies and I was like, they're so cute. I didn't even see what they looked like, but I know that they had the others because when I was queuing up, one of the person in front of me was holding the Sylveon plush. Not Sylveon, the Espeon plush. So I was like, okay, they have the different types. It's not just the two that I saw. So like, I'm so glad I asked. So you know, if you guys don't see stock of things, ask them, ask the staff. They will kind of like find it for you. And you can be happy. The Sylveon is so cute. I'll probably put it on a tote bag. But I'm like, it's probably owned by so many people too. Cause like, it's one of the, I think Sylveon, since it came out, it's one of the more popular Eevee evolutions. Yes, so after that, I also went to Akihabara, which is like the anime town. And and it was quite interesting. I think in Japan, VTubers are very big, right? There was a whole event going on. I don't know these people, but they were having like a meet and greet session, which was very interesting. And there were people like lining up, buying merch, talking to people on the screen. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I didn't know they do this, and I didn't know I would run into this when I came here. So that was fun. I didn't interact. Me and my friends kind of just walked past it, but we wanted to see what was going on. So we just kind of like walked in, kind of looked through the areas, and then we left. Then there was also this very big Jingliu poster, which I saw. And then I started rolling in front of it. For the luck, and whether I got Jingliu or not, well, now you'll know if you watch my TikTok coming out soon, someday, where I show my gacha rolls. But I gotta roll some more, so you will see me do more rolls soon for Honkai Star Rail. It's just whether before Jingliu leaves, I gotta do more rolls. But hey, I gotta roll for the weapon too. Did I get Jingliu or not? We kind of forced it. I mean, we kind of didn't get it her. I think I told you guys already. I didn't get her when I tried when I was in a different part. I think I tried when I was in Nico. There was no luck. I got another Bonya. And then I tried again here. Try and get Jingliu. Try and get her weapon. I'm missing one of them. And there was more Genshin merch. There is this. Do you see this man here, this little Kaya in this little pose? I stared at it so hard and I was like, I feel like getting it for the memes, cause like it's so funny. Does it not look funny, this Kaya? He's like the vain Kaya. And then there was more like Oshinoko stuff everywhere, which was interesting. Akihabara was interesting cause I feel like there was so much anime stuff there. I was kind of like overwhelmed. I was like, I'm too used to like, I like my Nintendo, I like my music labels, but this one, it was overwhelming. I was just very happy to see Genshin and Honkai Star Rail get represented there. I was like, oh my god. And some of the anime that I actually watch. And then, as I said before, I like this show called Bocchi the Rock. And Bocchi the Rock is kind of based on an area in Tokyo that I really like. It's called Shimokitazawa, which I know now it's known for this anime amongst the anime watchers, but if you don't watch the anime, what this street is actually known for is really cool. It's known for thrifting, it's known for coffee, and it's known for live music. Okay, so those are what it's known for even without the anime. But then the anime, because it was based on music, they kind of based it in this area, and it's based on real locations in this area. Did some say coffee? Yes, I did say coffee. It is known for coffee. It's like your little, I think it's like a, like indie, like the indie area, or like the indie vibes. That's what this place gives. And there's like not a lot of tourists. Your addiction to caffeine goes. Don't worry, everyone has an addiction to caffeine. I drank like 2 coffees a day in Japan. This guy had really good coffee. It had such a good vibe too. And also, I think I helped a couple of bros out. So, these, you see this picture on the left, this area called Shelter. The anime, this is in the show, but they changed the name to, I think, Starry, and that's like the main area where people hung out in the show. It's based on a real life place. This park and this car park is in the show, and it's also based on these locations. So I went there just to take a photo of it. There was also a campaign happening to promote the curry shops in this place. When I was there, I think it's ending soon. It ends on the 22nd of, it ends today. It ends on the 22nd of October. But basically, it's called Welcome to Curry Town, and then they had the characters from the show called Bocchi the Rock there, which is, it's funny. It's a meme show, and they are using it to promote curry. But like, it was kind of cool because like you could get prizes for eating curry there. I didn't eat curry there, but like you could get prizes. And they even gave out a newspaper with like spots to get curry, as well as where the real life locations are in the show. So you could tell there were quite a number of people carrying the newspaper, and they are fans of the show. And when you go to the different spots, I meet like the same people a couple of times. I met these 4 guys, and like I kind of like offered to take a video for them to kind of like mimic what they did in the show. Because in the show, what they did was like a little jump shot. And I was like, yeah, I can do that for you. And they were like, oh, let's do it. And I was like, okay, I made people's day. But other than that, the coffee here is really good. This coffee is called Bear Pond Coffee. I didn't know what I got, but I got the special, which is called the Dirty. And I don't know what, I think it's like a ice blend. It's not an ice blend, no. I don't know what it is, but it's a really good coffee. Is it as good as Blue Bottle coffee? I prefer Blue Bottle. I prefer the mocha from Blue Bottle, but this is very unique and it's really nice. And I think we're near the end. Yeah, we're near the end. So other than that, I'm just going to show you a picture of my favorite Tsukemen ramen in Tokyo. I had this twice on my one trip, and I think every other time in the past when I went to Japan, I've been to this Tsukemen place. So there used to be only one chef that cooked everything, but I think he expanded since the number of years that I've been, and he's not there anymore. I think he's in one of the branches from the main store instead, probably like helping set up the other branches. But basically, Tsukemen is really good even though he's not there anymore. The Tsukemen costs about $11, which is really cheap. If you get this in Singapore, it's probably like $20. I don't know I think the one here they're showing like a set meal. If you get it for 3 people, it's 3,150, which is cheaper. But if you don't know what sukemen is basically a ramen where instead of being soup based, you dip the ramen into the broth, and then from the broth you eat the ramen. The broth is like viscous and thick, and then it's really really good. So what you do is I order extra meat. So like you take the broth, you put it inside, you eat it, and then once you're done eating the noodles thick, yes, the noodles is thick too. This is like, and his noodles are like a thicker, chewier noodles. I also had a sukemen in Kyoto, which was interesting, which I realized I didn't put a photo in. But the one from Kyoto, instead of like this thicker yellow noodles, they use soba, which was very interesting. It was also really good, but this is still my top favorite sukemen in the whole of Japan. I think this is still my favorite meal. It hasn't changed in the few meals in the few times I've been to Japan. It's really good. If you ever go to Tokyo, I feel you should at least try this once. Still pretty long though, but I think it's worth it. And then once you're done eating all of your ramen with all the ingredients, you are left with a broth, right? But we don't want to waste the broth, so what do? You're supposed to get some hot water, you pour it into the broth, and then the broth kind of becomes a little soup. And then you can finish the soup, assuming you still have space in your stomach for the soup. Oh, and now we're at the end. This took an hour and a half longer than I thought to go through 61 slides of my Japan trip. So, and let me get some water in first. So basically, I guess these are just some. You made 61 slides. Yes, I did. I have 61 slides to share about Japan, and I thought I could like talk about it. I actually feared that I wouldn't have like enough time to. I actually feel I wouldn't have enough content to like talk about, but like I guess I have way too much. That means you played TFT for too long. What do you mean? What do you mean? But I thought I would finish it in 2 hours. It's been 3 hours 40 minutes. Wow, we overshot. We overshot. But yeah, this is like the summary of everything of the areas I've been to. So we traveled from Osaka to Kyoto to Nikko to Tokyo. If I had to generalize, I think each part of Japan is kind of different. I think Osaka is fun, it's friendly. If you go to Osaka, I think you should go there with friends. It'll make it more fun. There's a lot of like drinking, it's fun at night. Kyoto has a lot of tourists, especially at the main temples and shrine that everyone wants to go to. I think I don't like crowds. I like it when it's more calm. And I'm surprised this is the first time I've been to Kyoto that I have found places that are more calm. And I think it helped that I was solo traveling there. I made friends with the people working at the hostel, and they are able to give you recommendations or give me recommendations on where there are more zen areas that tourists don't normally go, but locals like to go. And then I was able to like enjoy Kyoto in a different way because of that, and making new friends too. Like with the one of them is French, and then the two Japanese staff, right? And then Nikko was kind of an escape because Nikko is kind of like an onsen town. You go there to go into the onsen to chill, to explore nature, and there were some tourists. Like there are tourists, but there is not as many tourists compared to the main areas. It was very calming. I liked reading a book in the forest as I was doing a hiking trail. I really like the onsen. Like I really like the onsen. It's like I'll just keep going back to the onsen. And then Tokyo, I think Tokyo is like, you know how they say Tokyo is like a mega city. you can feel it. You're like always, you kind of get pushed to rushing. And I would like to say, Tokyo, I forgot, people in Tokyo are kind of ruder than the rest of Japan, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think they're more to themselves. People push you more in Tokyo. Like, people don't normally push you everywhere else. In everywhere else, like, you know, like in Japan, the service is really good. Like, when you go to a place to eat, if you go to a restaurant, the service is like top tier, right? But if you compare Tokyo to everywhere else is like 10 out of 10. Tokyo is like maybe like a 8 out of 10. Because like I think they are, when you get to everyone being so friendly, Tokyo is suddenly like it's not as friendly or not as like accommodating. Like they'll still accommodate, but you know, like they're like they don't want to do it. That's like the difference. So yeah, that's I think a general view of these 4 areas in a, how long was I there for? 3 weeks? Around 3 weeks. And I have a lot of vlogs to update. I should also put my TikTok account that I made for this on Twitch, so it's a clickable link. But basically, if you want to see more or you want to see videos of like my vlogs, I do upload them on TikTok. I do short little micro vlogs because I think that if I do the normal, you know, YouTube 20-minute vlog, it's never gonna appear because I don't know when I'll upload it. So before I left for the trip, I was like, okay, I'm gonna shoot things on my phone upright to put for TikTok, like something like TikTok, so, or YouTube Shorts. And I decided to use TikTok because like I guess real life adventures can go there, and then YouTube Shorts was probably for like edits from our streams to like do like little clips or like a little summary adventures and stuff. That's what YouTube is for. TikTok is like my real life adventures. Maybe sometimes vlogs could, I might vlog one day. I kind of found it fun to like vlog, even though you don't see my face, it's just outside. But I think it's like fun to bring people on like experiences, you know. And I enjoyed making short little vlogs too. They take a bit to create, like to edit together, but it doesn't take like too long. So if you want to see like parts of my Japan trip, you can see it on TikTok. That's basically it. I have fun in Japan. Japan is fun. I will go again. I think Japan is still my favorite country to visit, and it's like the most, because I stay in Singapore, which is in Asia, it is one of the 2 most affordable areas to go where you can experience the 4 seasons. Because the rest of Southeast Asia, which is where I'm from, which is where Singapore is, it doesn't have a lot of, there's no climate change. And then the next closest one is you either go to Japan/Korea, like South Korea or Japan, or you go to like Australia. You agree? Yeah, exactly. I'm wrong? What's wrong? Talking about South Korea? Not climate change? Oh wait, not climate change, as in like a seasonal change, right? Not climate change. Whoops. Hey, but climate change is real, okay? Like October and it's still end of summer in Japan. This is not fun, okay? October should be the start of autumn. When I went there, it's still the end of summer. It's not the start of autumn yet. I hardly see I purposely chose October to go to Japan because I thought I would see the autumn leaves, but no, I saw no autumn leaves. The only thing I saw was like green, a little bit of yellow, and only when I went to Nikko did I see any like ink of autumn leaves. And sun, yeah, super sunny. Okay, when the sun shines, it's really hot. It's t-shirt weather in Japan right now. Or at least when I was there. Only when the wind blows is it like a hoodie and a sweater weather. which is like, Japan, why you gotta do me like this? Why does climate change have to do me like this? I went there to escape the heat. There was still heat. You know, it's better than Singapore at the very least, but still heat, you know? But yeah, I have not edited my daily vlog video for today on TikTok, but I'm gonna give myself an excuse, okay? Because I was compiling these 61 slides today. So the next part of my Kyoto day 1, which is my day 5 of my trip, will go up tomorrow. I'm planning to try and release a video on this like vlog every day. Cause I started midway through my trip. That's when I started editing those micro vlogs, and then I will try and do it every day until I'm done with my Japan trip. Then I guess that's it for TikTok. I don't know what else to use TikTok for, but that was the whole point that I did TikTok. It was so humid. Yeah, it's so humid since I came back. You know, the minute I landed from Japan, you know how when you exit the aircraft, there's like the little shaft that you walk through, right? And normally there's like the little bit of air. The minute that air hit me, I felt the humidity and I was like, this is not it. I miss Japan weather. Even at the hottest, it was like 26 degrees, I think. But when the sun hits you, because there's no humidity, it is really, really hot. Like, really hot. I can't believe, I think that was one of the first few times I went around Japan wearing only a t-shirt for most of the time. Because like, it was so hot, like, I would carry a sweater just because of the changing seasons, right? But other than that, I did not expect it to be as hot. Now I know, if you want to experience autumn, go in November. No longer can we go in October to experience autumn. Maybe if we go end October to start of November, it's like the ginkgo leaves, right? Like the golden leaves. You won't see the red summer leaves yet. Maybe you'll see the golden leaves. But right now, in the mid of October, it is still full. The trees are mainly green, which is sad. I hope April is still sakura season though. That's why you're going November. Yes, Flamio, you are so smart. You got the right. You're going north too. Which part in north? Is it like Hokkaido? Late November. Okay, late November might be a bit too late. You're kind of. I'm assuming late November is like entering the winter. You might see full red though. But you know what? I did the move where I didn't want to go in November because I know November is the school holidays, right? So you'll be fighting with a lot of like families on vacation. But the season end right. I think like I would rather fight the families if it's gonna be crowded anyway. I'll just fight like the mass amount of people and the little bit higher pricing to experience better weather and get like a overall better trip. Like if I was a student and I had no income, I'll be like, nah. But like, you know, I do have an income and I would spend it on a nicer Japan experience, like a cold Japan experience, you know? I don't want to experience like the mid-season shift where it's like hot on some days and really cold on some days, and I'm like, I don't know what the weather is. I don't know what I should be wearing. You wanna ski? Yeah. Then definitely go in November to January if I'm not wrong. What? Okay, but yep, that is my summary of my Japan visit. It was fun. I recommend going to Japan for anyone who hasn't been. There's the touristy areas really do have a lot of people, but I think if it's your first time, you should do it at least once. If not, then and you can skip it and go for the non tourist areas and explore more. I think there's more that Japan has to offer that's other than the very tourist areas. But other than that, I think that's it for today. I have overshot my timing, but that's fine. I miss streaming actually. I guess like when I was like doing my micro vlogs, it's kind of like streaming, just that in public, and I'm trying talking to my phone rather than a screen. Well, they're both screens, so a smaller screen. The difference is I was out in public and more self-conscious than I am in my room. But you know what? It's fun. I realize I do like this kind of times. It's fun to do. But yeah, that's all for today. I hope this setup is fun. I kind of have my little Spotify playlist here now. And 61 slides. I did a whole slideshow. Woo. Let's see. Can I show the whole trip again? Here we go. This is how much I traveled through Japan. Wow. Look at all of that. Look at that whole route. Going through all of Japan. Well, this is the car route. I took the train, but it didn't let me do multiple stops on Google. But yeah, basically, if you go further south, it's Okinawa. North is Hokkaido. I think next year I might go to Japan again, but it depends what season I will go in. If I go in again, I'll probably either go in November, like mid-November, or I'll go in spring, which is actually really close, but I don't know, one of them. And if I go next time, I'll probably go in within an area rather than doing this very long trip across Japan, because of the JR pass is getting more expensive, or it has already gotten more expensive, so this kind of trips will be very expensive. I'll probably like go into one area and stay within. Like for example, if I go to Tokyo, I'll stay within Tokyo and take day trips out, something like that. But yeah, that's it for my Japan log report, you know. Thanks for coming by. This is it. I will continue uploading stuff. Monday I'll do a proper schedule again. I think I'll ease back into streaming. And then on, let's see, tomorrow maybe I'll stream, maybe I'll play some games. We'll see. It's not planned, so if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We'll wait for Monday when I do a schedule again. But other than that, thanks for coming by, guys. Thanks for chilling with me. And this is the first time I've done like a non-gaming thing and me just talking. But I guess there's more to talk about. I managed to talk for like 4 hours. I didn't think I could talk so much. But yeah. Thanks for sticking around to hear me talk about Japan and how much I like visiting Japan. But other than that, that's all for me for today. And thanks for coming by, and I'll see you guys next time. Mata ne, bye bye.